from the panel's discussion. This mid lane, it's going to be exciting. Getting the Lina coming out first time of the tournament.
Yep.
And then in response, the Samael Rubik.
This whole game, this whole series is going to be super excited. I'm already happier to see that Azure Ray has kind of fixed up a bit of their drafting because some of their games yesterday were kind of weak. We'll use that word, I guess.
So because this one you like?
It's strong.
Yeah.
It's good potential. It has scaling, good ways to team fight. There's
look at this.
Stuff, and immediately they're looking for
my
first
goodness.
blood.
What a surprise there. The 5 of them strike for the trees. Newbie was not ready for that. And I tell you what, I don't think anyone would be. No. You don't see a move like that come out. Azure Ray turning up today with a very impressive first blood.
This is an old school thing, Owen.
Yeah?
They have tree protector. They don't want them to come down and cut the trees. Remember the old school kind of thing people used to always do when you played versus tree? I haven't seen people do it as much as often, but you know, people just start quelling blading the trees, etc., so you can set your lane up nicely. So they just get him for the trap there. So a kind of pretty clever move that I haven't seen people take advantage of in some time. We used to see people be sure to protect that lane, or protect the trees in particular more, so cool to see. And let's take a look at these, because I saw at least one interesting facet, I believe. One that was a bit not ordinary, and I believe is the Grimstroke. I saw fine art. So we've got the Stroke of Fate that can be vector targeted rather than him being able to pop that Inkswell in time. So that'll be interesting to see how it works out with New. And what he's going to do with it, because you can do a lot of clever things with this.
Sure.
Stacking camps.
I mean, is that, because there was the, in the patch, right, they buffed the level 20 talent. Is that a reason to lean more into the Stroke of Fate spell?
I'm not answering that question, Owen. You're talking about a 20 talent on a foot position hero. I don't know.
We might see some crazy strokes of fate coming out this game from Planet.
I mean, I think this is just like he might be experimenting and maybe for doubles. I mean, Planet is probably dead.
He's dead. He's got stick charges.
Attack to death.
Okay, yep. GH, one more hit. Easy kill for the Enchantress.
All right. I GH literally just hit him about 50 times or something up top. Traded with him with Nature's Attendance. So, yep, just a free kill for
Yeah, look at that. Attack. Yeah. Yep. Well, that was a nice little pick up for GH to find.
And in a lane that I would say this is the lane for me to watch a lot, because this is the lane that they can kind of get kills onto Miracle early if he does make some missteps. But the fact that they have these double ranged heroes to constantly harass, and looking at Miracle's starting items, it's all out stats. So he's looking to kind of take up for if they make that aggressive move on him and stuff. So yeah, cool. Cool to see. They're already going to make the aggro move though, Miracle.
Indeed, they're on top of him. The trample coming out. Miracle pretty dead. Getting a little too close to tower. Planet getting a lovely angle there from the trees, hitting him with that stroke, getting that slow in to set up for New to get in on top of him. So Miracle's got to be a bit more careful when he steps that far up the lane.
Even if he's building tanky, right? Like I was just mentioning, he built all these stats, but versus Primal and Grimstroke, if you don't have any type of actual stun or one of these like godly counters versus the Primal, like the Willow or the Clock, he's going to just run right through you. You have no stun to stop him. You have an enchant, which if you cast it at the right time, it dispels the onslaught, right? But yeah, very tough to pull off in a lot of situations.
And what do you expect to see come out of the mid lane matchup anyway? You know, talking about the response, getting this Rubik against the Lina. Do you like that? Do you think that's pretty much one of the better options that Nigma Galaxy had left in the pool at the end of the draft?
There's some cool spells to steal for sure. Quite a bit of them. I'm not sure if it was the absolute best, but most of these mid heroes were already banned out, as the panel mentioned, the big four especially. So just wanted to find something that could counteract and be flashy. That's a typical Sumail, right?
So far, Han having the edge in this matchup. 15 for 2 against the 9 for 3.
I think he should have a bit of an edge. You know, you just always are able to nuke the waves out a little bit or easier early on, keep that constant attack speed going to trade and harass. Now he's got Arcane Supremacy though, so you can actually start getting better trades at 4 here on the Rubik, but yeah, first 2 levels or so. Looks pretty good for Han.
Yeah, I like this as well. Well, this is still the way to go on the mid Rubik. Just rush that phylactery and go around zapping people.
I guess so. I mean, we saw Thompson do some like Gleipnir and stuff like that, but that's very specific Thompson. So yeah, I would imagine so. It gives you great stats. You become incredibly tanky.
Definitely going to need that against the high burst that Han's going to be able to throw your way as well. But, yeah, this Han getting some good denies there. Top lane
taking a lot of damage.
He's got to get out of here.
He's 10 HP.
He's going to have to take the walk back to base. He has got a salve on the courier, but not in a healthy spot. So indeed a TP back to the fountain. Planet also getting beaten out of the lane. So despite Miracle dying early on, we can see in the last hits, he's having a pretty easy time hitting the creeps up here.
He just stepped up too far the time he got caught, right? He was really close to the tower, just got caught off guard there. So yeah, this lane should go pretty well. The double range harassment is pretty beneficial when you're playing versus something like Primal. And yeah, the raises, they really do start to add up early on. You got all 3 connecting onto New there. How's bottom lane doing? Lane that we haven't gone into. Actually, I mean, we were glancing at, of course, on the ops, but we didn't talk about it. But so far, pretty good for Noob. I think MOUZ does good in like almost every one of these matchups lately that I see.
Sure, especially in considering this is a situation where you're against a very strong duo, right?
Yeah.
It's this kind of Treant plus range carry, and a range carry that is absolutely ready to get involved in early action and look for early kills. So as long as Nigma Galaxy don't feed away any lives down here, I think they're going to be pretty happy. And as you say, on top of it, Noob, his farm is not suffering. He's getting a lot.
Omar TPing top.
See, they've got to try and help out Miracle as New isn't on top of him again. New trying to dive in under the tower, saving himself for Planet. They're really doing their best to kill Miracle. Can they get him? They can't. Well, the Miracle he steps back in range. Planet's actually able to finish him off with the right click. So, yeah, but it's first game of the day, you know, a bit shaky from Miracle. Probably didn't need to die there, but does. At the least for Nigma Galaxy, they do manage to punish Azure Ray. They get the double kill in return.
Fast TP from Omar. I mean, that is a way to do it, right? When you don't have a stun in your top lane or a way to fully prevent that trample or whatever to keep getting on top of your SF, just bring the snap. And Noob's already doing well. The creeps were at his tower, so it was kind of a perfect time for him to rotate. And yes, talking about that bottom lane, they do have double reset positions, right? So if Razor does link, they can either spear him away, they can cookie the Mars away too, so.
Oh, look at this here.
Oh, this is clever.
Yeah,
TP just came out from Miracle.
They're really looking to just crush the Shadow Fiend in this early laning stage. Rotations like this, you can't do anything about it. They're really putting everything into the just slow down the Miracle SF basket. And that's not a bad move to go for.
No. Especially, I mean, we were talking about the positioning of the bottom lane. Noob had it at his tower. So this was kind of a perfect opportunity for them to just disappear from the bottom lane unexpectedly. Clever stuff. Rune top, Omar. Looking to secure it. They also have GH in the area, so lanes are broken already.
They're getting some fun early moves here from both teams. 6 minutes in. Dead even on the overall net worth.
I think at this point you just leave Omar with the Shadow Fiend for the most part. Until
somebody's got to stay up here. Yeah.
One of the stunners. And you don't want to bring the Rubik, so it's got to be Omar. At least someone who can delay and stop Noob from just getting on top of him.
I mean, because at this point, does Miracle still need the space to keep coming back to the tower to farm? Can he back off to the jungle, or that it's too early for that?
A little too early. Maybe like once he gets level 5, maybe 6 or something, then he can back up to that jungle there. But he wants to stay in the lane a little bit longer here. Oh, overall though, CS is looking good.
It is. That's the thing, right? Died the 3 times, but last hits, but that it certainly doesn't show it. His farm's still top tier here.
And Han, we see him having a slight edge over Sumail, but this is the beauty about playing the Rubik versus the Lina in the mid matchup, is he's going to be maxing these spells. At least the Dragon Slave. So Sumail does have a level 3 nuke on top of his level 4 nuke right now, so could look to make some early moves. This is a bit scary for heroes like Razor early on, because this double burst, and you can take like a triple burst if you know what I mean, because you nuke, steal plasma field. These triple burst kind of combos versus these more fragile heroes early can be dangerous.
Well, Noob. They're going to run him down here on the bottom lane. Azure Ray having the sort of abilities here to go for these aggressive moves. Can they get out, though? Because the response is coming in from Nigma Galaxy. Blow grenade will clip onto Low, but not really much more to follow up after that. So Low, perfectly fine. Azure Ray just having a bit of an easier time making these moves and getting away with them. Nigma Galaxy not able to be quite as aggressive.
Sumail a little slow to react, it felt like there, to TP down. It was like 3 seconds after they had gone was when he started his TP, so.
They still want to try and burst Low.
They do have damage.
Not going to get the connection with the cookie. It's a lot of burst with the scatter blast, but not enough to kill him.
Ooh, the creeps. Get him. He'll be all right. Raindrops probably saving his life there. One of those charges blocked a bit of that damage that came out. But yeah, tons of nuke. There's going to be a lot of burst early on when you have this type of Rubik. So they're CSing well, but we are seeing now after that kill, Azure Ray pulling slightly ahead after this laning phase, but only just slightly. So pretty even across the board. There's a slight advantage at the moment for Azure Ray after these lanes.
See where they want to make the next move. Inside the jungle, New feeling that he can kind of get around with farming this position. GH's going to spot him out, trying to lead him with the slow, but the charge away's there. They're trying to get some sort of a catch on into him with pretty much the 4 members of Nigma Galaxy that are playing around this top part, but not able to do so. New's able to escape easily.
Catch definitely a little bit lackluster with the supports at the moment. Miracle getting farmed, got neutral item, so he got the more stats, so a little bit tankier in that front, and almost has the Mask of Madness to go back to farm. Making the move bottom. As we said, still, I mean, not fragile actually, a little tanky here on the Razor, but so much burst that they do have between them. Omar is not 6 though, so it won't be the fastest of kills. Yeah, he scouts them. Good awareness by Low. A night and day difference between Azure Ray this morning and yesterday.
TP's coming in.
Very aggressive moves. Snoop.
Azure Ray, they want to fight this. There is the arena from Noob at the ready. I see Low. He's ready to start leading him. They're just going to go straight onto Noob. The cookie's there to break him away from the static link. Noob's got the grab. Noob turns around with the arena. Is there going to be any sort of follow-up? There is not.
Big damage. Double nukes.
See if Pichu can get away from this. He looks like he can. He's able to escape the creep of the Enchantress. So not... Okay. Oh, that will do it.
Hadouken.
Well, they'll get him in response, but of course Azure Ray getting a core, only losing a support. So happy with these trades, and I guess
another move, new, just super active.
Up and down the map, Azure Ray. No slowing down from the Miracle. He's gonna get the Requiem off. Give him a bit of space to back off, and perhaps just enough to survive. He's able to heal up here, has the lifesteal, also Salve in the pocket, ready to heal up.
Right there comes into play the other facet, right? If he didn't have this fight heart, he probably can just pop the ink swell, but whatever.
See if they can get He's got a regen rune.
That's a link from Sumail.
And the overgrowth's coming out. Han, can he move away far enough in time? He can. Han's going to get out. The soulbind's been thrown down onto the two of them. Han will be saved.
Barely survives. Leech Seed, good positioning there from Pichu. Sumail does get the second nuke again, though. Didn't have the most ideal one. You know, static link Rubik, not the ideal. Now we'll have that secondary nuke. And yeah, Miracle, he's got the Mask of Madness, so time to get that farm online. New, I mean, I'm just going to keep watching him because it seems like he's just looking to be incredibly active this game early on, and I love to see it. I mean, this is one of his best heroes, so top of that net worth on the Primal after dying early on.
Yeah, he's going to be pretty terrifying for most of the lineup, really. I mean, if he gets on top of Miracle, as we're seeing, it's a struggle for the SF. And outside of that, the other two, they've got burst from the Rubik and the MOUZ, but after that first item or so is online for New, that burst is probably not going to be enough to kill him off if he charges in on them.
Or it's just going to kill them, because he's going to have a Blade Mail really soon. This is one of, this is the tankiest hero in the game, so a Blade Mail versus SF versus Rubik, you know, even versus the Snapfire, it could potentially just kill them when they go on him. So if New's able to lead the charge in a lot of situations, it can definitely be pretty problematic versus Nigma's lineup at this point.
See if they can catch some ale here in the mid. The smoke movement from Han. He's going to opt to reveal himself as Sumail steps back. Nigma Galaxy are closing in on the mid.
Han went full greedy. He went boots of travel. So definitely quite fragile at these moments.
They got the setup. And kisses are coming in. There's no way to get Han out of this one. Nigma Galaxy get a quick and easy kill. Can they get out though? New looking for his target. He's going to be able to get in over to the side. Backup coming in as well from Pichu and Low as they completely destroy Sumail. And now turn their attention over towards GH. Miracle's trying to help fight back as he turns towards New. Spear connection will be there. They've got the stun lock down. They'll find New as well. But Low, he's still fighting strong here under the power of the Eye of the Storm. A big nuke comes over the side from Planet. Double kill for him. Low, he might get quite a bit of a cleanup. Miracle's going to fall. Noob, can he even get out of it? The plasma field not going to quite reach. Planet, has he got another stroke? He has, but he won't manage to get the connection. I mean, Azure Ray still as a team, just that little bit stronger than Nigma Galaxy in these early fights.
But dude, some of those strokes did an insane amount of damage. I mean, of course, mostly Low just standing in the midst of everybody, but holy moly. The turn, he actually lined it up and caught 3, I believe, during that one on that overgrowth. Nice responses. I mean, they lose Han, but beautiful rotations coming in so they can get the cleanup. Very active this morning.
Now, check this out again. I mean, this, you know, as you were mentioning before, this is going to be the vulnerability of running the bots, right? You get caught in an arena spear as this Lina, you're going to die every single time. And Nigma Galaxy, they try and fight back, right? They feel that then maybe with Miracle turning up, they've got the potential to find a bit more out of it. But it just takes him a long time to go for New, and Low's just going completely uncontested, getting to run around the fight as he wishes.
And it just beautiful. Look at this nuke. Okay, he actually caught 4 of them there with that stroke on top of the overgrowth. That was pretty beautiful. And they have a very strong early fighting team, and it's a lot of heal that comes in from this max leech sheet too. So it allows Low to just stand his ground on top of having all these stat items right now. Fairly tanky.
Oh, look at this bottom lane, Azure Ray. There's no slowing down from them this game whatsoever. Every single minute of play here, looking for action, and they're finding it. 10-6 now, 3K lead.
Definitely problematic for Nigma. They don't have a good answer, it feels like, for this Primal Beast just getting on top of them at this point. Rubik is quite fragile. I mean, it feels like almost all of them are very fragile, even the Mars. They have to have a better way to protect their backline. Sumail does have the phylactery finished, so quite a bit tankier, and he has the shield rune, so maybe in that next situation, he might be able to survive, but he needs to be sitting in the back. He needs to get more spell frequency off in these team fights for it to be successful with how tanky the heroes are getting, but they're getting, especially the Rays and the Primal, they're getting a bit too tanky too fast. Yeah, very good plays from Azure Ray today. And it looks like it's just going to be... Is it actually going to be a pipe rush? All right, it's going to be a pipe rush from Noob. So I guess that's going to be the answer. It is a massive amount of magical damage that's coming out from Azure, but then their initiation is kind of non-existent if he does go for this route. So it's a choice he's making. I guess he's expecting them to go on them.
That's the thing.
So he's going to play this defensive kind of style, which... All right, we'll see if it ends up working. I mean, with the way the New has been playing, right, it does make sense that he does want to do that. Pichu almost has the shard finished up on Tree and Protector also. This is very strong, especially when a team is behind, unable to afford all these sentries and stuff like that at times. Very annoying shard. One of the stronger things about that Tree and Protector. We'll be able to finish off that tower, GH.
Yeah, that is one thing for the lead that Azure Ray have. They themselves have only managed to also take one tier 1 tower. Still, the tier 1 mid and the bottom tier 1 there for the taking. So probably very much more focused on the kills, Azure Ray, which not a bad thing at all. You see all their 3 cores top net worth right now. That's for Nigma Galaxy, Sumail, and Noob falling a little bit behind.
They can probably just wait until the Razor has BKB, because he's just so incredibly farmed at this point that he actually has it. So I think now that's going to be the go time, really, for Azure Ray. Nigma trying to strike in between this, though. They do have Kisses online. They have the Mars ults.
I'll see if they can catch, and if they do want to try for Noob.
He has 2,200 HP.
He's very speedy as well.
I just don't even... I mean,
do you even want to throw the arena on him? That's the question, right? If Noob was able to get the grab, do you think he does, or you don't really feel that you have the chance of killing that Primal?
I don't even know if they would finish him off, to be honest with you. I think it would get pretty close. And
even, I mean, now look at this. Now they're turning and going for it for Noob. I've got the stroke. He's going to have to drop the arena just to try and protect himself on this one, Noob.
100 seconds.
And the rest of Nigma Galaxy are moving up here, but without the arena and Azure Ray again being quick on the moves, they're straight down bottom.
Miracle showed himself.
They kind of
himself again.
Yeah. Let's see if they can get the connection quite with the plasma field.
Not quite.
Honestly lucky there. I mean, if Miracle does get caught by that initial slow, almost certainly would have been going down.
Noo's still potentially trying to find an angle, but they have the ward on the high ground there. It's spotted as well, too. Low, he nuked, so he should be able to take out that vision that there was. And they will. Tier 2 neutrals getting picked up. What's going to be the option for Low? You get Specialist Array. So more stats, more damage. 1,900 HP on Agi Treads with a BKB at this point. Definitely going to be difficult for them to bring him down unless they get the initial stuns onto him. Ags also finished up on the Lina. Azure Ray's getting a lot of timings together right now.
No, absolutely. It's going to be crazy bursts from Han.
Yeah.
Obviously, in return, I guess it's going to be pretty entertaining. What if Sumail gets his Ags, and then what you're able to steal the flame cloak from Han, then that combined with your passive, you have the spell amp is insane. Right?
It is.
So if Sumail could get there,
that's a
definitely
lot later
potential.
down the line,
it is. You know, how's he doing on his Ags? He's
got good runes right now, though. He's got arcane and an amp damage.
Ooh, not quite able to get the connection though. Spear. Not entertaining. What if Sumail gets his Ags, and then what you're able to steal the flame cloak from Han, then that combined with your passive, you have the spell amp is insane. Right?
It is.
So if Sumail could get there,
that's a
definitely
lot later
potential.
down the line,
it is. You know, how's he doing on his Ags? He's
got good runes right now, though. He's got arcane and an amp damage.
Ooh, not quite able to get the connection though. Spear not able to find the angle there, unfortunately for Noob, and the arena. It was close to being back up. Only has now just come back up.
Hey, that was probably the perfect time for them to catch, because now Azure Ray, they're going to strike back. They're smoking up. They're sending the Razor back to base. He has the BKB available.
They're just going for Miracle. They're going for the Twin Gate. They know that Miracle continues to farm around this bottom side of the map.
I mean, they're defending their mid tower. They're constantly living armoring it. So at this point now, Nigma's getting into a weird position where they're poking mid tower, but poking doesn't work for
Let's see, does Miracle sense that something's coming for him here?
Radiant are scanning.
I think he does, yeah.
He's joining his team.
Doesn't stick around any longer than he needs to. He knows with them off the map, there's a high chance they're looking for him. So he plays it safe and will be able to avoid the gank.
They might still go.
I'm going to start things onto GH. Noob, does he want to fight back? He'll turn with the spear, drop the arena. It's only going to catch on to Low, but Low's already been able to kill off GH. And now with the BKB and Static Link, he's going to be able to turn, chase down Noob as well. Nigma Galaxy, they've got to run. MOUZ gets caught in the overgrowth. Sumail and Miracle have to bail out of that one.
Sumail?
I mean, New's trying to chase on with the Ink Swell.
He gets
They'll get the setup to follow up with the ult. Miracle, is he going to be able to save him with any sort of Requiem from the side? The Requiem comes out.
It's a big one.
There's a lot of bursts with the Razors coming in. They'll punish New. Miracle and Sumail able to find something in return.
They can actually hang on to this tower there, too. Slight overextension comes out from New trying to punish Sumail. Might look to strike again.
I mean, they want to try and make some more plays here, Sumail and Miracle.
I mean, Miracle has that stack of lasting presence, so he is hitting hard, and he's got the Grove Bow. They'll give the respect. They won't go for him.
A little bit of something in return there for Nigma Galaxy. And obviously, the big one being able to save Sumail from that aggressive dive from New. Nigma Galaxy, they're going to look for the fight.
Always low. He's less than half HP right now. Getting healed up from the Leech Seed. This is just constant fighting, Owen. 20 minutes, 13-7. Both teams just looking to just duke it out versus each other. Miracle, he'll move away. He is under vision of that ward, though, so they will be completely aware of where the SF is at the moment. So it looks like, will they take advantage of that? It does look like they want to. Lena now has Shard also, so on top of that, Ags, more damage. Supercharge stacks with that does definitely make your spells very nice at this point in the game, and he does have his neutral. Which one's he gonna get? Does he get Cast Range or Spell Damp? Or does he go more defensive? I guess we'll find out in a second here. After Tormy, he'll go Grove Bow.
We'll plan it. Careful.
He was fine. He had stick.
That's true.
He had one.
That's true.
He did the maths.
And you like this as well for Planet, trying to get the Ags online as soon as possible?
Sure, why not? I mean, this is just how he plays the hero, right? This is just how Planet always plays it. So, why not versus SF? You'll get the aura. He did just get a free shard, and he is pretty rich. Gotta be honest with you, from Planet this game. Having a hell of a time with that Stroke of Fate tacit. It does so much damage when you hit multiple targets.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Dude, level 20.
Level 20.
Level 20. I mean, you definitely take that talent, right?
At this point, in this game, yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
But wait, whatever. That'll take some time. But either way, yeah, it's doing quite a bit. That's for sure. And now he's got the shard, so he's got an easy. Well, he can't pop it obviously, but he's got an easier way to save his teammates. GH.
Damn. There we go.
Baited.
I mean, they're not afraid of a fight, Nigma Galaxy.
No,
though.
I mean, and
they're seeing if they can get someone just, you know, stepping that little bit away from the rest of the team.
And they're kind of closing that lead. It's only like 3K, now it's down to 1K whenever Miracle is able to just back up and get that farm going, so. Although Azure Ray still has an advantage, Nigma is still getting stuff on the map. And now they do have that blink to actually start fights for themselves, because it did feel a little weird playing that full defensive route. So Pipe, he's got blink. See who they can catch.
Yeah, here's the smoke. Nigma Galaxy.
Sumail
Feels strong. They got the wombo combo.
He wants a different spell, but see if they can catch this fragile Lena in particular, or the Razor pre.
Han!
He's caught.
They've got him. They'll put a stop to the TP. Lowe's going to be there to try and help out. Han will turn with the Light Strike Array, but the kisses are coming in. Han, he's getting left behind on this one. Low does not want to stick around. At the same time in the mid, GH seeing if he can set something up here for Miracles. Miracles heading up. New has to put the BKB to get away from this.
Oh, this is big stuff here from Nigma. They also have the Stolen Stun on Rubik, one of the better normal spells you can get in this game. The area of effect increasing makes this stun massive. Starting to get some momentum.
They certainly are. A push coming in from Miracle down the mid. Fortifications out from Azure Ray. Still 25 seconds without Han.
They've got the buff ups for him too. The Solar Crest is done. The drum is finished on GH. They've got a mech in the back with the pipe as well. So Miracle definitely feeling strong if he's got his allies around him. And without that BKB on New, they can't look for a fight on Azure Ray.
Yeah. Like getting this pressure, I mean, you're taking a tier 2 23 minutes in, you know, you look back to earlier where Azure Ray had only been able to take one tier 1 tower. It's still the case. Nigma Galaxy still having their tier 1s on the mid lane and the bottom lane, despite Azure Ray having that whole early game where they were, you know, that little bit ahead in gold. They just weren't able to get the objectives with it.
And Azure Ray having the Tree Protector, right there, that's like usually allows you to defend some of these towers quite a bit easier, but
Radiant are scanning.
Blink is finished up on Pichu, so now, I mean, more easier ways of jumping in, even controlling some of these backlines.
Wait, how does that?
He's got Manta. What?
I don't know. According to us, it said like Azure Ray had done basically no building damage, so I don't know how they got the tier 1 top. Unless it was all creeps.
It was almost.
Was it
all
literally all creeps?
Yeah,
it was actually all there.
The
We just had it confirmed. So they've not even taken a tower. It's just been the creeps.
GH tanking it a lot here.
Got the stun out. I mean, they've got the Requiem as well. They can just turn straight towards Noob, see if they can burst through, and they really get laid down by Noob. He's going to get caught by the stun. Noob will fall. The offlaners trade their lives.
They're getting scared, though. They're backing away. They've got a Blink Overgrowth, but they're scared of Miracle right now. He's got the Manta to play around it, and Roche potentially on the horizon now for Nigma after
I think
all the ults were used, all the BKBs were used.
I mean, Noob's out of the game. Sure, you don't have Noob, but I feel like seeing as it's on your side of the map as well, Roche, they can just walk in and take this.
Yeah, and they're going to do it pretty quick, too. With that aura, they still have one of the lasting presence. They have this little shredder, too. Should die pretty quick. Stolen spell CD now for Sumail as well. He's hit one of the big levels on the mid Rubik. 15 is online.
Yeah.
And Miracle's getting close to 20.
Well, there we go.
They're starting to do it.
Pan was able to finally get that tier 1 mid, but I really thought that the lack of being able to push the towers early, despite the lead, I think definitely hurt Azure Ray.
No, absolutely. And also, like that last fight, they threw so much onto GH, and he just tanked pretty much everything as this Enchantress, so have to find a better target.
Low?
I think he also linked the Enchantress, so
this is a bit risky. Low's
he
farming.
Is so far up.
BKB's on cooldown. I don't think you want to be doing this, folks.
What?
That's a rough move there. That even though the game is close, look at the gold is pretty much even. If your carry's doing that, the team communication feels like it's probably breaking down.
Yeah, I mean that's especially since they just roast. You know they can just take the portal, kind of wrap behind you, and that tier 1's right there for the TP. That is a very strange position with no BKB up. And with 0 people behind him.
There's nobody there. You haven't got your own tower. There's no way for team to come in with backup. That's, a bit of a mistake there from Low that it's definitely going to hurt them.
It's a pretty massive mistake, really. Like, Miracle keeps the presence stacks going. They're getting another push going.
This should be another tier 2, I think. I don't think Azure Ray is going to be in any sort of shape to defend this one.
And Miracle with Grobo, with Pyke, he's got so many ways to play around the Razor at this point, too. So I saw Low, he linked that Enchantress in the last fight, probably because he just feels like he can't get to Miracle also.
I don't know, for a game that there's only a 1k gold difference in it, certainly feels that Nigma Galaxy have way more than the gold shows in terms of an advantage here.
The Ags is done for Sumail, too.
Let's see if we can get Noob. It's a good opening. The burst, a good chain stun. Noob will get the pipe out, but they've got the grab to take him down. Noob will fall.
Lil goes out of position last time. This time Noob. A little bit isolated from the team while they're getting the push going. They got, what, half 8 damage onto the tower bottom, but there is a tree, so can just get healed up. See what else they can get out of that on Azure Ray. 30 seconds, no Mars. Even though they're playing into Aegis, they want to capitalize a bit off of it. Han does have the BKB. He'll show himself in the mid. Doesn't look like they'll be able to get anything. The warding so far from Nigma has been pretty on point this game. Look at the vision they've got. They've got great control, great understanding of the positioning on the map right now because of these.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
We'll see what the player's going to be now with Noob being back in the game. Nigma Galaxy.
I think get Miracle 20 and group up and go. He just got Defiant Shell 2, so even tankier, and he's about to have, that damage per soul. So can probably just trade.
I'm very close to full Daedalus right now.
Yeah, he can probably just trade versus the Razor. He also has the Vlads. I saw Omar buy it a bit early. He can probably just attack him. So the Ags is also finished for Planet, so we'll have to see how much the Dark Portrait's able to do. Miracle leading the charge.
And he's got this 2 minutes of Aegis, so he's happy to sort of tank the brunt of the attack. That's him gone once. The rest of the team ready to help him out here for round 2, I would imagine. Miracle's able to slide away. Backup comes in from Noob, but the BKB's out. They're in on top of Miracle. They've got the static link going. This is a good start to the fight here for Low. He's in onto the SF. They bring Miracle down. They turn towards Noob. That's what Azure Ray were looking for. A fight that Nigma Galaxy, I think they sort of felt that they could take that with the way that Miracle was trying to start things off there with that Aegis loss. Can they actually get the rest of them out here? Azure Ray might even clean up some further kills. Smell able to get stolen plasma field to slow them down in return.
The link.
It's going to be Low staying on top of him. There's nothing else ready from Nigma Galaxy to be able to keep him off. They're trying to separate Samael from them, but they can't. And New, he's got the ult back up. He's going to be able to grab Omar as well. Only GH to live. I mean, it's a crazy game. It's back and forth.
Nuts game.
I mean, that one, as I said, you've got to only imagine Nigma Galaxy, that was them intending to fight right. Miracle's farming the triangle. He has his Aegis.
It's too... Noob isn't there. It was way too aggressive from Miracle playing up on the high ground. I mean, we can probably see like on replay and stuff like that. Noob was, I believe, like above the tier 1 area on that top. So he wasn't
check this
really
out.
Like, look where Noob is and look where Miracle is. That is just way too aggressive. They are not ready for this fight properly. Maybe some communication error or something, but the MOUZ is just nowhere near the realms of the fight, and Miracle's almost dead before he gets there.
Yeah, that's very true. He didn't even have the Daedalus delivered out to him.
No.
In that fight. So he had effectively like 3,000 gold just up in the ether that he didn't have on them. So yeah, bit of a mistakes from both sides in this game. But hey, that makes for great entertainment, great cinema, as the kids say. So we'll see where this one goes. 5K lead now for Azure Ray.
That was right when they're getting so much momentum and just quickly smacked back down. He can't be the first one to lead like that on the Shadow Fiend. Even with the Aegis, until he has BKB. If he had BKB in that situation, then perhaps he can play that distance from his allies. But I mean, Noob was just nowhere in the realms. Smoke now
look at this. Yeah, Azure Ray's ready to try and strike again. They're going to go straight away with the grab onto GH. And look to burst through, and they will. My goodness, the damage from Han, it's pretty huge. Now they've got the Soulbind out onto the both of them. Low's ready to start charging in under the tower. New's in as well, on top of the SF. There's no way to get them off him as Miracle falls. Noob to go down as well. Azure Ray really getting the momentum going now off the back of that mistake around the triangle top, and then just turning that huge team fight win into another clean team fight where they don't lose anybody on Azure Ray. They're really pumping up the lead now. 2
fights back to back. It's right after New gets the Blink Dagger. And he can just jump, grab a target with Pulverize. The Inkswell follows up pretty much perfectly. And then they just have the synergy. They pretty much lose a hero instantly on Nigma 2 times back to back in those fights. Now Gem was taken away, I think, 2 in that fight. So that's an insane amount of gold swing. 2 huge back-to-back fights dominated from Azure Ray. I think full items now coming out for quite a bit of heroes. Yeah, the San just finished up for New, almost SNY. Satanic's done for Low, level 20 on him.
Yeah, they've got to find somewhere in these team fights to keep Miracle safe.
I mean, they need to have Noob in better position, I have to be honest. He has not really been there for a lot of them. He's 0 and 8. He's really struggling this time around.
I'll take the Torment with GH, careful. I don't think Nigma Galaxy can do much to interrupt this. They're just going to have to sit back.
Sumail was considering to try to go for a steal there, but would have probably gotten him killed. Nice spell combo. He has now become primal, but definitely not the abilities that he would want in this game. So let's see if they can get a fight on their terms again on this side of Nigma, because yeah, those 2 back-to-back fights, it's pretty. Yeah, it was a 12K gold swing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
12K gold swing, and I believe, a pretty massive XP swing as well.
A lot of money here. What Han's got 3K gold in the bank, ready to go towards his next item.
And Planet just continues to get the double Dark Portraits. He's always going to get this at this point too, because he's got this Primal Beast that just leads the charge for him. He's hit 15, so he's got the, I mean, one of my favorite kind of talents as well for the Grim, the Soulbind spell damage for everybody. So all their spells on the Soulbind does crazy amount of damage.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, they've just got some insane amounts of burst damage that Nigma Galaxy at the moment. I mean, when it comes to kind of sustained damage output in the fights, it's
not mostly, it's almost Miracle. 90% Miracle. Yeah.
And then if Sumail can get some crazy steals, but
not been the case. He had the stun. The Light Strike Array is like the best kind of thing that he's been able to really steal for the most part.
And it's just hard with Azure Ray having the heroes that they do when you kind of consider what both new and low. All of these fights, these two heroes, they're just on top of you.
Yeah,
so as an SF, it's pretty much a nightmare, and as a Rubik trying to make cool, cute plays, it's incredibly difficult.
I mean, and the two supports have Blink Daggers. They're huge. Sumail's level 16, Treant Protector 17, and Grimstroke 16, so they're pretty much the same as that mid.
That's rough.
Radiant's top
And they're looking to go. New, Inkswell again.
Straight in.
Gets the catch.
Is there any way to save him? I don't think so. Sumail, they'll try and force to the side, has a telekinesis, but there's no escape for him as New takes him down again. They'll push the tier 2 tower here, Azure Ray. Nigma Galaxy, how can they slow this down?
I'm really enjoying watching Azure Ray when they do have like aggressive heroes. You know, yesterday they had, I just don't really like this Medusa pause 4 thing, but I just like seeing Planet being able to play aggressive with New, and this lineup thrives with it. With a Primal Grim, can see why they wanted to pick this up so early. The first 2 picks in the draft are doing so much here. Planet.
He's come back to mess around with Miracle. And Miracle will be able to quickly deal with the Inkswell target. And he's thinking about just throwing the Requiem down to stop them from being able to chase on. Planet kind of died to the illusions.
Very close to going down. Miracle was expected Hung to, you know, Flame Cloak over and probably go for some type of stun there. So defensive play. No Requiem now for the fight. Did he commit his gold yet on the SF? I haven't seen. Almost has the BKB. A Lotus now finished up. I believe what is that on Nuba and GH? Or Omar, sorry. Omar got the Lotus. Apologies. So at least now some way to protect potentially versus some of these grabs. In particular that Pulverize.
The struggle is definitely going to be even around the high ground defense. I feel like for Azure Ray, they can still break into the high ground pretty confidently off the back of like a good initiation from New or from Low, just BKBing and running up past the tier 3s.
There's just no BKB disable to stop this Pulverize is the problem. So New, if he sees his target, he just blink BKB Pulverizes a target.
They just go straight for GH. They see this Enchantress, they delete him every time.
Nicely from Han there too. Nukes into instant Dragon Slave, so no steal there coming out from Sumail. And a very nice ward they've got on that high ground. Can they actually kill this one? They should be somewhat aware that it's there after that kill. But this could catch Nigma off guard, maybe.
Nigma, without GH for 30 seconds, do they try and fight with just the 4 of the Noob? He's heading in. They'll get the opening onto Low. Kiss is coming in. It's a lot of burst, but Low's able to get the BKB off the Pulverize. Then Miracle just evaporates on the front lines. He's dead for 80 seconds. No buyback for him.
New's just got his number. And what, 4 fights, seems like in a row, that this Primal Beast just is able to freely grab someone and they just delete him almost instantly.
Straight over towards the mid.
60 seconds, they might just be able to get
It's a long, long
2
time.
sets.
Indeed, what's spent up for the BKB.
He did.
So it doesn't have the buyback, and as we saw, didn't get the chance to get that BKB off in the fight.
Don't think they got the Lotus onto him either. It's checking Omar, I don't think he was able to get that before any of the spells came out. Not great execution in these last 4 fights, it feels like, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the new Primal, as you say, is the standout hit.
And it really was like literally where he got the blink was when they went for that high ground trench triangle thing. And I think it kind of caught them a little off guard because he was just blink, BKB, Pulverize a target, and there was just really no answer.
Fully blade on Low. We've seen already how insane the burst has been when they get any sort of grab. Whoever they catch, and they're already dead. Now they're going to be doubly dead.
Doubly dead.
And Roshan, I mean, Nigma Galaxy looks like they're thinking about trying to take a bit of a risk. Head over towards the pit. Miracle will be back up in a second.
Not full souls though, but it's probably a risk they have to take.
The scans hit, they know that they're there.
It's gonna die. Miracle's TPing.
I mean, it's going to be close. They might be able to interrupt just in time. That's what I'm saying. They're going to get the catch on a New. So you have to deal with the Primal Beast first. They've got the cookie as well. They'll be able to take down you. Miracle steps across. The arena for Noob's going to be able to catch them all. They bring down a second. Immediate buyback's coming out here. Requiem comes in, but Noob, he's dead. Miracle's going to get forced out to the side. Can he escape hand trying to find him? Light Strike Ray comes in, but the Manta dodge, it's there. Doesn't matter. New comes crashing back in off the back of the buyback. They head over, and they should be able to clean up Nigma Galaxy.
That should be it. 80 seconds. Sumail actually got the steal on the Pulverize there, so that was the one thing they could do to stop that initiation from the Primal, but Low, he's too much of a monster at this point. He just gets on top of Miracle. There's no getting away from him.
Yeah, Low's it's quite a crazy situation this game. That one death was just that one mistake down.
It really was. Just one
he had
mistake.
one bad moment. Outside of that, it's been perfect. 5-1 and 21 on this safe lane Razor.
Hey, Razor's looks like he's winning again. 100% win rate, I think we saw before this game started. And looks like it's continuing that trend. 45 seconds. Nigma not tapping out just yet.
We'll see if they get the chance to have one more fight. This is tier 3. Going down, you. He's got another grab, GH. He's gone.
Final glyph.
They got one more fight here.
BKB in 15 on Razor.
25k lead for Azure Ray. They've got everything they could hope for. Nigma Galaxy.
All right, Miracle's back. See what he can do. Can they push him off this Rax? And how do you? Gonna start poking.
Look at the setup.
Dispel that Inkswell. But doesn't matter. Low, able to reset away. Still have 3 minutes left on the Aegis, 60 seconds for a refresher.
They could just go straight back in. We'll see how chill Azure Ray want to take this.
You can just wait 60 seconds. Or just stay in this area and then wait a couple seconds for the creep waves to come back in. Because Trio, it's back up in 40. Refresher's back up pretty much in 50. So linger in this area. You know they're stuck in the base anyway. And then can probably look to close it out. Almost 25 as well on the Razor. So maybe just finish up those few items that they are about to finish. Because I believe, yeah, Shiva's is on the horizon too. Not usually the, talent you see at 25, but since he is playing full Spellcaster Lina, does make sense.
We're getting ready for the push once more. Hans bringing in the top lane. Sort of seeing if he could catch anyone off guard, actually.
Everything's up. Refresher in 10. Overgrowth's back.
Yeah, Low can just go charging in.
Level 20 on this Train Protector as well, too. So the Living Armor bonus is pretty crazy. 18 bonus armor on this already absurdly tanky Razor.
That's going to be a pretty painful upcoming fight, I feel, for Nigma Galaxy.
Full Butterfly. No MKBs. Who do they catch?
And in they go. So MOUZ going to be able to dodge New for now. We'll get away from this. GH is going to get puffed up by the pipe. They'll drop the arena, but Low's in. He's straight in onto a Miracle. The double Laguna comes out. That's going to be Omar, dead for good. He's out for 50. Pulverize onto Miracle from New. He's got buyback available, Miracle. Will use it straight away. But they've lost Samel.
Logo.
Also out without buyback. Low indeed getting away with moving in and out of the fountain. It's over. GG is called. Azure Ray. They come in pretty hard in this game one. This is what you want to see from them, Fog.
Yeah, couple little slip-ups, but overall throughout the game, they had a pretty good control of it. It still is slightly 4 Protect 1 with the Luna, but I would say Luna can do a bit more if she does get left alone and stuff like that. So just to get that farm going. So could get protection, or could get taken out, but I want to see just more protection to set up Miracle for success, because he had, what, 3-4 deaths in the laning phase.
Well, look
he ended
at
up
this.
with like 10 deaths early, so they're getting off the bat immediately.
We saw what last game, Azure Ray set up for quite a sneaky first blood. This time it's Nigma Galaxy striking from a position that you would not expect.
Ooh, Shumail does not get the last hit, though. Noob does get it, which will help him at least in aggro in that lane, but ideally you want to give it to that mid, like we saw Han have it last time, I believe. Either way. That lane is still going to be a bit difficult, I would say, for Sumail playing versus the Lina. We'll see how he ends up doing in it. Yeah, getting off to a good start, and he's going to immediately bring a Bracer up top.
Yeah, let's see.
Let's see, I mean, overall, how Noob ends up doing. I'm going to talk a bit about him just because I think that last game, I don't want to blame him, obviously, entirely, because it was a team kind of thing, but he had a really rough game. So I just want to see much better stuff coming out from him this time, and how is Visages? Because, I mean, this just doesn't feel like a noob
Did you check how many games he's played on?
I'll check really fast.
I'm having a look right now.
You got it? Okay, you got it. Yeah, because it just, we always think about Noob, and he's like the mid player who goes for, the snaps and the primals and stuff. So definitely a bit of a different kind of approach for him. Good damage being brought out for Low.
At least on one of these profiles, only showing 2 games of Visage.
Okay.
But okay, that's in pro games. So
That's pro games.
in pro games, he's played 2 games, and he did win both of them.
Oh, okay. There we go.
So there you go.
I breathe.
And then in terms of his main profile, 44 games, 54% win rate. So definitely by far not one of his most played.
They should have this. There's the stick charges, but I don't know if it's enough to save low.
Bam!
It is
Soul Assumption comes through, and he is gone. So yeah, Noob, the win rate's good on this hero, and he's off to a fantastic start.
Absolutely. Exactly what you want for Visage early. Get these early kills, get these early stat items so you can keep that spam going. He still has double mango. The null's going to be coming out too. So yeah, perfect kind of start. And Disruptor, I don't know how much he actually helps up here for the Razor. That's the one thing. Sometimes, you know, it's like you have like a Tree and Protector, someone to soak some of these spells. Disruptor is fragile. Likely to just die if you do get caught inside of any of these spells.
Yeah.
This lane could be a bit difficult for low.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be difficult if they start falling behind. Because if they didn't have kind of these early deaths and they're able to play from ahead, then, you know, I guess you've got pretty good setup from Pichu to allow low to get aggressive, get a good static link duration with the control of the Disruptor. But yeah, when they're running at you, not so much easy for this safe lane duo of Azure.
No, overall static link when you're playing versus this lane, it doesn't stop their damage. It's
true,
all magical.
Yeah,
right?
that's
so they
true.
soul assumption you, they
back.
battery soul, and they fight you through it, and it'll just immediately make it very difficult for low. So we'll see how he does in these later couple levels, but yeah, this one's going to be one of the slower starts for him. Bottom does feel like it's a bit difficult as well too versus the Luna and the Phoenix. Mid is going to be that one that Azure should win, but 2 lanes, it should be pretty good for Nigma.
Because overall, this game, with the approach that you see from Nigma's draft, is it a bit easier to execute than last game? You know, how does it sort of compare?
I just think it's much. I think Rubik mid is a big risk in a lot of situations, so this one just feels better across the board. I think Sanking's just a much better hero than Rubik is, especially from that mid lane. And yeah, the draft has a lot of synergy and a lot of big damage ultimates that can kind of combine together. So I like it way better this time from Nigma in comparison to their last draft.
That's top lane. Low, still just 5 last hits.
Got nothing.
3 minutes in. This is going to be a very, very slow start. And again, you know, this hero, Razor, has been winning all the games. So if Nigma Galaxy are able to turn up in this match and defeat a Razor lineup,
they're going for him. They actually have to glimpse the
it's a lot of damage indeed. And the rotation coming in for GH. Low's gone.
This is devastating.
This is... I mean, 3.5 minutes in, you know, as I said, Razor's been winning all the games. This has got to be the roughest start we've seen a Razor have, right? 8 last hits, 4 minutes in. This is the worst start a Razor's had. And yeah, Noob 3-0-1 on this Visage.
Look at that.
And I said, in terms of the pro gameplay, I'm pretty sure it said he's only just played it twice in pro. I think we're going to see it a lot more.
Yeah, this hero is so powerful. The damage that you're able to do. You kill almost any lane, and yeah, it's a fragile lane early, and getting the level 1 kill on the Razor, now is 2 and 3 kills. He has to be careful even showing back up here. I like the persistence from Omar, just, yeah, glyphing the wave and going for that dive.
No glimpse in, but they're not able to do anything aggressive themselves right now, Azure Ray, with how bad of a state their lane is in.
And Miracle, yeah, he's not getting the lane now because it's pushed up all the way, but he's a Luna, so he can, I mean, jungle in a pretty bad maneuver at level 3, but yeah, he can actually do something while GH leaves the lane a little bit here.
And he's just getting infinitely more than Low is from this laning stage on the other side of the map.
Yep, Low again.
I mean, Miracle's even coming in with a rotation top. He's going for the twin gate. So he's going to be ready to help out as well for a bit of a dive. There he is with Elusive Beam. It's Low dead again.
GH?
GH, he's going to be able to survive. They can't even bring him down in return. Miracle, of course, him being here allows him to continue to push on for Planet as well. This top lane, I don't think you want to go there anymore if you're Azure Ray. It's over there.
Let's look at the GPM right now really quick, just for the lulz. Look at this Visage. Oh, baby.
That's got to be the highest. That's actually got to be some record-breaking GPM for 5 minutes in. On any hero, right?
Anything. He has tranquil drums, and two of the stat items already finished up.
What the?
This could just be like almost like, I mean, very difficult to recover. A Miracle's doing some kind of weird things where he's not even going to lane bottom now, but I mean, Low's game is going to be, I don't know how you recover. You have to jungle, and you're level 2.
One thing's for sure, though, Phil. We've got to kind of snapshot and remember this moment, because if this game goes on and the Razor dominates and wins, then this hero's busted.
Yes.
If you win the game as this Razor from this spot, it's going to be pretty insane. Because this start, you do not get rougher of a start than Low's had this game.
He lost. The tower is gone. It's a 3,000 gold lead.
He has 11 CS.
This is the craziest.
This is the real test for Razor. How busted is this hero? We'll find out this game.
This is the test for Razor, and this is maybe the test for Nigma. I mean, if they end up blowing this game away.
Oh, that's true. If they lose this game, uh-oh.
They just got to keep that coordination going, keep that aggression. Yeah, it's fantastic timing. So let's see what Azure Ray does look to do. They are going to steal the stacks away. This is a clever move if they can finish them off from Sumail.
Should be able to protect them here with Omar turning up. So I'll have to back away. New does find the kill on GH. Down bottom, they get him around the tower.
He'll be the one to watch. I think if anything comes from this lineup in Azure Ray, it's going to come from New in particular. Sumail will go down, but Han...
They'll die in return.
Sole assumption as well.
It's Noob. Noob's
more money.
He's getting so much. This Visage, this is dirty stuff from Noob. Visage fans rejoice for this gameplay. This is something of dreams for the Visage players out there.
Hey, this
6-0-2. You get all these Death Toll Soul Assumption kills. This is crazy numbers for Noob this game.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why we saw this hero did get only a kind of small nerf, to be honest with you.
GH, and he returns to the lane trying to pick up some XP. Does have Sumail with him. MP's there. GH is able to get the dive off. Does die, but should be setting up here for Sumail to find kills in return. Brings down New, and will indeed be able to get Pichu as well. So GH, sure, he goes down again, but absolutely worth it because Sumail getting a big cleanup.
And he gets the big target. He gets the Beastmaster, so that big gold, it's a pinata to pop. How's Razor? I think I'm going to not look at low too much just so we don't feel bad for him. But yeah, he's getting a little bit up here, and he's queued up the Midas. So
that's what you got to do.
That's the only way to recover.
That's what you got to do. The recovery game plan is set here for Azure Ray. Let's see if Nigma Galaxy makes sure to not give them the time to get away with it.
Miracle's gone the fighting route, right? Treads into the Dragon Lance rather than going for like the Mom. I think we've been seeing this one more on the Lunas lately, but yeah, he's going to be able to turn up to all these fights.
Yep. I like it. The fighting early is definitely working out around this incredibly strong Visage, and of course a mid that's very active here. Sumail heads over. They've got the catch on hand in the river.
Playing this beautifully, and something I'll bring up that we always tend to bring up, they're playing versus Disruptor. So when you start getting this type of momentum for this hero, Disruptor doesn't really do too much. 0-3 on the Disruptor, 0-4 on the Razor. That top lane, 0-7. And now a tower in the mid lane, Noob. He'll be able to finish this one off. His timings are going to be so ridiculous. The
it's going to be. It has to be record-breaking timing on Visage, right? We've seen a lot of Visage. We've seen a lot of great games, but I'm not crazy, right? This is like the most farmed of Visage has been 8.5 minutes in.
8 minutes in, maybe. I mean, now I've seen some games where 33 at TI just started roaming and started getting some type of kills.
But to this level?
But to this level, I don't think so. This is pretty
crazy
insane
stuff.
And the thing is, too, it's so much hybrid damage, and the lineup overall of Azure Ray, it's a lot more fragile than last game. Last game, they had this tree as well that, sure, it's a 5 position, but it's another front line. Their only real front line now, because Razor's game is completely destroyed, is a Beastmaster. And initiation overall from Nigma this game is much more natural, rather than needing any type of itemization early. Omar can just start fights a lot of times.
And you, just going to lead in with the Raw. I mean, Azure Ray,
they'll find him.
They'll go for any sort of kill that presents themselves. They're happy to drop these ults to get even the supports. Just try and do what they can to take some of the parts away from Nigma Galaxy to slow them down.
Miracle wants to go for low, but Planet is here.
And Fear is going to be there to push back Miracle. GH, though, he's pretty much solo on top of low, bringing him down very low. Miracle tanking a lot of hits from the tower. He'll drop the Eclipse, but Miracle, he's going down.
Planet nearly pretty much solos him.
He does.
Very nice play. That ward paying off in dividends.
Getting a bit ahead of themselves there, trying for that play.
Oh, that's actually interesting to see, too. He did go Thorny Thicket. We're seeing almost all the Willows take the other facet to get that bonus damage there. Either way, gets the solo kill anyway. Urn now finished up for Planet. Starting to get a little bit of hope, but that Razor still needs a lot.
How's the Midas?
A lot of time.
1,000 gold into the recipe.
Yep, 680 more. So for Nigma, keep pushing that envelope, keep pressuring. You see how greedy they've gone. I actually see that Han, I think, did he adjust the build? I think he did. He had Boots of Travel being built, but I think if he goes that and they're going Midas, they can just get steamrolled. So I think he's going to stop that. Yeah, he's going to go for the Ags Rush instead, get these stat items so he can look to get involved a bit more early since the Razor's not going to. Good adaptation, at least. We'll see if it works, but can understand the idea of what he wants. Blink done for Sumail. So yeah, wanting to accelerate things on the side of Nigma, since they've got this advantage. See what they find.
Azure Ray playing very cautious behind the towers. Not allowing themselves to get jumped by these sort of moves from Nigma Galaxy. We'll see if they continue to play safe enough. Bottom lane, they're starting to stray away from the tier 1. Could leave them vulnerable if Nigma Galaxy is able to get the wraparound on this.
No one on Azure Ray is really showing much. They show a Disruptor in mid. Razor's just been in the same 3 camps for the last 6 minutes, so Nigma is aware that this is the only positioning they can be in right now. Han.
Who do they want to go on? Noob, leading him with the familiars. Hook shots in over towards New. They dive forward on GH. New, he's going to get caught. He's actually able to turn with the raw onto Noob. In fact, Noob, he's the one to get caught. Ham finishing him off with the Laguna Blade. They turn towards Sumail. They got him caught in the Static Storm. Planet's still alive. He's getting away from this thing. Can't quite take down the egg in time. They'll look towards Omar. He's going to get caught by the root. Try to TP out underneath the birds. Not going to happen. Triple kill for Han.
That ward they have on the high ground there, it sees Noob wrapping around. The roar comes out perfectly. What a time for it to come out
dude,
there.
that's the amount of money that Ham picked up from that fight. That's pretty much the Aghanim's done.
Yeah.
He gets the triple kill. One of them, of course, being ending that big streak and that killing off that incredibly farmed Visage. Noob, that's a hell of a lot of money for Han to be picking up.
That whole lead is almost gone. Razor's starting to get the catch-up. It's Nigma starting the fight, but they don't get their spells off perfectly onto Nu. He's able to distance himself with the roar. And that roar actually pushes Sumail into the root. I didn't see that at first.
And just a bit of an awkward one from GH now. Has to kind of use the dive to get in and get out. And that means it's very difficult for him to get back in for a good position with the Supernova. Sure, they don't kill it, but it just wasn't able to come in when the rest of the fight was going on at the beginning and do that extra bit of damage and commit that panic that Azure Ray would have to dealt with.
He's got the Ags done.
Yeah.
Already finished up
he's
on
got
this
that
Lina.
fight, gave him the goal for it. Yep.
Oh, wow. They're starting to get this momentum, and Razor's starting to get the recovery, starting to get the space slowly but surely low.
Uh-oh.
Starting to recover. And Miracle is still a gigantic margin ahead of him. But
sure, but
can't make those type of mistakes when you have this big of an advantage.
Absolutely
when you're the one
not.
hunting, you're the one who wrapped around and went for this gank.
Yeah, it's going to feel pretty rough for Nigma if this game goes on and Low is able to get back up towards the top, and that's definitely a chance of that happening.
Yep,
with those team moves going as that.
I think for next fight, like Sumail in particular, has to probably rev the Epi before just a blink stun, because they need that damage to come out almost immediately when they go for the initial jump. Because Nu, if he gets Epi there, might not be able to get that roar off. So definitely important. But speaking of Nu, after he gets that huge surge of gold on top of Han, he has a cloak, he has drums, getting fairly tanky.
And Pipe is going to cause massive issues for Nigma Galaxy in these team fights.
And the level 10 talent, which I hope he takes the Inner Beast Magic Resist one this game. I've seen people still taking the other one, but in this one, it's pretty crazy.
Oh yeah, sure, you've got it, yeah. That extra 10% Magic Resist sounds pretty tasty against Nigma Galaxy's lineup. In the mid,
Han?
This will do it. Sure, I mean, surely will do it. It will.
They will. Not committed.
It was, but
that was
necessary.
Epi and Egg.
They got to kill Han. They've got to kill off this Lina. I mean, you're right. It took a lot, and next time round, if New's around and he has the pipe, then even that might not have killed Han.
Yeah, if he's in that position for sure. Still a ways away, but
Nigma definitely need to keep looking for more here. They can't sit back.
Can we get a fun heat map of Low, just for the lulz? It's because he's literally
do we have that technology?
I think we do. He's literally just been 3 camps. I mean, we don't need to show it anyway. But yeah, he's literally just sitting up here. It's not the fastest farm, though. Even with Midas, even with Eye of the Storm spam. I mean, Miracle, of course, he's going to be able to farm faster as this Luna, so.
But it's what you've got to do, right?
It's what
if you're Razor, you know, 4 times in lane, you lose your tower a minute, you have to just completely AFK farm, trust in the rest of the team to keep the game going. It's the absolutely correct approach from Low, and an approach that I got the feeling that it's going to work out. You know, Razor doesn't lose games, Fogged.
He doesn't.
He died 4 times. He had a horrific start, but minutes are passing. He's getting away with it. He's catching up. He will be in this game.
Omar. Saving the Laguna. They've got it for that next target. Han can purchase Shard now, too. Getting these small pickoffs. No roar. So now, could see Nigma look to strike back. Their ults are coming back up. And they have good vision. They still have this vision on this triangle area. Just kidding. It's gone now.
I mean, what do you imagine should be the plan here for Nigma Galaxy? They have this slight lead, 3k advantage. They know that for still quite a bit of time, the Razor's probably not going to be showing up to fights.
I want to see them force the issue of something like a Roche or some type of bigger objective, to be honest. Because they've got the pipe, they've got the drums on Noob, where he had that massive advantage in the early game, but that advantage is no longer there. It's only 300 ahead of a Beast and Lina, so definitely want to see them try to force the issue somehow, but...
is it just not worth to sort of put the resources into trying to mess with the Razor in this top side of the map?
Just always has a ward on the... Like, usually it's like they have a ward on that high ground there, so it's very difficult to kind of find him without a smoke. Omar is going to try right now.
They should get him here.
And they should have him.
Under the tier 2 they go. TPs are coming in, but of course at this stage the game low. Still playing the recovery game, so very vulnerable.
Sumail will be able to get out. This is good though. It's forcing the issue, right? It's just causing something to happen when you have these item timings, when you know you are that far ahead of the Razor in particular. So they will get one kill. Tower. The glyph was popped, so they could consider something there, but they actually see Han. They have this kind of sneaky ward. Haste on Sumail. Han is starting to get out of there, and he will see Sumail.
I hope with a scan, but yeah, indeed, with the information Azure Ray have, unlikely they stick around or stick anywhere near close enough for Nigma Galaxy to have the chance of getting a jump on them.
So I guess this was the choice, rather than trying to force the tier 2 top, is just get them out of that triangle area, try to keep controlling the map more.
That's the pipe for new. So Azure Ray is going to be a bit more kitted together now to turn up and defend these objectives as a team.
Miracle has to be a bit cautious of the positioning. The wraparound you can do with Flame Cloak is definitely a bit scary. So we'll back away after getting a little bit of tower damage.
Radiant are scanning.
Still a pretty solid advantage here for the side of Nigma. And yeah, let's see what else they look to keep forcing. I do potentially want to see them get the setup of Vision top and look for that Roche maybe soon, because taking the tier 2s is just a bit difficult. But Glyph is down, so it's not out of the element. Let's see where they look to set up here.
Hello. And once he gets that BKB done, it definitely feels like he's kind of through the woods. You know, it's got the Pupil's Gift, the BKB.
Ooh, they see him right now too. This ward is actually still there from Omar. They could potentially catch Low here off guard.
See how sort of far Sumail wants to go with this play behind the tier 2 tower.
Planet.
He's going to get caught by the Burrow Strike. Static Storm's going to get laid down onto Sumail. Low considering turning up for this fight.
Who is here?
With the Static Link, the Laguna. Sumail just gets completely wiped off the face of the earth at the front of the fight.
Noob's glimpsed.
And Lowe's thinking about going for more. He's stepping up with the Plasma Field. They're turning over towards Noob. Hook shot over.
Nice.
That's a good position with the aim. Or is it though? They've got the vision. They're able to turn and take it down. And that's going to be GH gone.
But they've got 4 heroes.
And Azure Ray still dancing around the side of the fight. Same to be said for Nigma Galaxy. Both teams kind of testing the waters, see if they can go back in against one another.
The glimpse
onto Miracle. He's falling low. Popped the man's a little early. The Light Striker Ray still catching him, but he's still able to get to the side. The Bramble Maze will catch on to him, but the final Dragon Slave in hand takes him out. Omar's dead as well. This is not what Nigma Galaxy were hoping to come looking for. They try and poke at Azure Ray, and it's in a position where sure Low dies, but he was even able to get involved, get a few rounds of the spells off. They lose 4 heroes there, Nigma Galaxy. That little bit of a lead that they have is slipping away, and I think concerns are rising.
Sumail has to be more careful with his plays. I mean, he went a bit too aggressive at the start there. Just gets caught inside the Static Storm. Sure, he's got Euls to prolong things a little bit, but yeah, the Roar comes out, and they need Sumail. He is starting to fall pretty far behind here. 8,200 net worth on him. Lina Han, I think he got what? I mean, he had a regen rune going that whole fight, but I think he got, what, like 7, 8 Dragon Slaves, 8 Light Striker Rays or something off, so he needs to be dealt with earlier in these fights somehow. But perfect place to fight. When you get that type of advantage and you have 4 heroes alive and you have Disruptor, it's tough to get away. That's why you see Nigma, they were like, we need to kind of fight while also retreating, but yeah, they just couldn't fight through it. And this Lina's damage continues to grow. 15 talent's been hit.
Next fight, Low will have the BKB.
He will.
So
could just survive.
Because he was living for pretty long in that fight.
Yep. The pipe almost actually protected it.
They get themselves the Tormentor.
Low.
Oh, careful, careful. Oh,
Planet.
Oh, it's dangerous. Happens. It happens.
At least Low didn't die. Stupid supports. He was dead anyway. Don't ping his wand. Get out. Below, yep, BKB is pretty much finished up there. That gold lead is just, it's all gone. 2K only. XP is actually favoring the side of Azure Ray now. Pretty wild stuff. And that was cool, dude. The egg placement right on the high ground even. An attempt there from GH. But yeah, they had that vision, so. Only the level 1 egg also to point out. So GH, maybe if he had the level 2 egg, could have been potential to have it be protected, but they were able to focus fire it. Miracle does have BKB now for that next fight, and they have Crimson, so definitely a flurry of items that have come out. But as you said, BKB on Razor. Low is actually a hero now. Sorta. Oh, and he got Pupil's Gift, actually, so
yeah, he's
Pupils, he's taken up.
He's got a lot of HP. So not something that can go ignored in the team fight.
And Noob has actually surpassed the Visage. So he's actually surpassed Noob at this point. He's going to have the same itemization and more. You know, he's going to have this Crimson Guard pretty much finished up on top of this Dominator.
Yeah, just a huge amount of that momentum that Nigma Galaxy had earlier is not really being felt anymore.
No, it is all gone. Sumail does find Vampire Fangs, has the Voodoo Mask, so a lot of spell lifesteal on him to perhaps survive through the fights if he does get caught again like last time. But he is only 1200 HP, which you don't see too often.
I'll see what they can find here with the smoke. Nigma Galaxy making moves towards the bottom lane.
They ideally want to get a fight win in to try to get the secured Roche bottom. Hook shot.
They got the opening. Straight away, and onto Pichu. They've got the burst. He's able to still get the Static Storm down. Will fall. At the same time, they get the jump over his planet, but Low turns up and he's got the link going on towards Sumail. Pots the BKB. Fear pushes back the two of them. They got the burst to finish Sumail off. New still has the Raw. Finds a target to follow things up. But Nigma Galaxy also going to back up.
Yeah, Low doesn't have his BKB now. Doesn't want to walk into all the magic. They'll split back up. Nice Terrorize from Planet to kind of disengage a little bit of that fight there. So they'll get a mid, trading for the Disruptor. Pretty worth it there for Azure, right?
They're going to try for the Roche, though.
They should be able to get that Roche, so in the end, looks more valuable for them.
It doesn't look like there's going to be any decision from Azure Ray to head over. So he just should go the way of Nigma Galaxy. And this should be the key to allow them to try and go for some of these tier 2 towers now. Miracle with the Aegis.
Yep. 2 lives will definitely help a ton versus this big burst damage, but still just have to be careful not to do what they did last time with that Aegis and get super split up. They still have to play nicely as a team. And they are. Moving together through that gateway top. Lotus is finished up on GH, so they've got the way to reflect either the Roar or the Link, or, I mean, quite a bit of these targeted spells. A very valuable Lotus again this game. And almost a 4-staff on Omar, so they will have that way to also reset positioning perhaps for Miracle versus the Link. So they're starting to get more of these items as well to buff up the Luna. BKB, I believe, finished up on Han. See if they look to try to get some type of catch-out fight, or if they're going to just wait until this Aegis goes down and farm these next items. So far, Nigma just not splitting up. It's a big thing right now. They're all kind of sticking together. And they're going to smoke. I believe an Arcane Rune. Yep, Sumail, he's got that going.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Could have quite the team fight on their hands here if they can get that initiation.
I want Sumail to bring out his vitality. I was waiting for the full thing, but my goodness, he looks so fragile. 1200 HP Sand
And we have seen him get burst pretty easy by hand.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Phoenix has 1500 with 0 stat items. He's actually tankier than him.
Sumail. He's going to try for the jump on Low. Straight in with the bow strike in the epicenter. The BKB still able to come out for Low. He's going to look to try and turn. Your Scepter will buy him a little bit of safety, Sumail. Laguna comes down, though, and Sumail, he's still going to get burst. Low. BKB ends. Omar's in with a hook shot. They'll try and burst through the Razor. They'll succeed. The Terrorize pushes back Omar, but the job's done. They got the trade. 1-for-1 on the cores.
And here comes Miracle now. So can look to clean up more targets. New.
Lose some P-men. New dropping the Familiars, trying to control New. Azure Ray still having the space to fully retreat. So 1-for-1 should be enough for Nigma Galaxy to push on and try and pressure the tier 2 here, with the pressure of Miracle. Still has, Aegis for 3 minutes.
Sumail is just a sacrifice, I guess. Ends up working out again, but yeah, he is very fragile when he jumps in. He is giving up his life for these type of situations.
Yeah,
but they get low.
Nigma Galaxy's been pretty careful. They don't want to stick around and go for the tier 2. They'll back off.
Interesting.
Maybe feeling that they can just get another bigger full team play when Sumail's back up with the remaining, still 2 minutes of Aegis play.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yep.
I think they're picking up some items, right? I think I saw something being bought there from the Luna. I think he has the Conda soon finished up on Miracle, so...
I mean, they're splitting up a bit, Nigma Galaxy, and the vision's there for Noob to get glimpse back. Noob does have the roar if he wants to go for it.
Noob is very tanky. Not the ideal target for them to go for. Miracle.
Oh, I mean, Miracle and Omar, they're thinking about fighting this. Omar's in with a hook shot over towards Noob. Backupping from hand, though, they burst through Omar. Omar's gone. The Eclipse comes out from Miracle, turns towards New. New has the roar to hold back Miracle through the BKB Sumail. Burrow striking on towards New. New, he'll get left behind on this one. So another trade that Nigma Galaxy will take. They lose Omar, but they get New. One of the bigger kills, taking away that Beastmaster and all of his auras. This could be the timing for them to get back on with a push with this minute and a half left of the Aegis on Miracle.
Absolutely. I mean, he just finished his Conda, too. So Miracle, level 20 is about to be hit on top of having the Conda. That's when the explosive damage really does come in. So these heroes can definitely just pop from that distance. And Low, I mean, even though he is, as we said, over the slow recovery and stuff of the Razor, he still feels pretty squishy.
Just going to try and get that refresher rush after the BKB so he can just survive throughout the double BKB, double Eye of the Storm in the midst of the team fight.
Are they going to have enough damage, though, to be able to go through Miracle? That's just my one question if he does go full on this build. I mean, Miracle might just be able to fight him just straight up with auto attacks.
I think they've got to kind of get the roar onto Miracle as well as like the static link pumping. And then that gives them the chance to fight against the Luna. Outside of that, yeah, Miracle.
It's definitely difficult.
The fight should be pretty easy for him to play.
Especially because he has this Lotus Orb. So it's like almost every single one of these fights, Miracle, in theory, should either reflect the Link or reflect a Roar or have some type of protection versus this Razor as well, too, on top of having that that massive net worth advantage. And they'll get both Wisdoms.
There we go, tier 2 on the bottom taken.
I mean, it's only a 3k lead, but it does feel a bit bigger because of that Luna versus Razor differential. And even though Sumail is 12,000 net worth, he is having at least some decent impact, and I believe his Bloodstone is now done. So he is still going to be able to dish out a good chunk of damage, even though he is a bit behind.
Yeah, now he should get to jump in and have a higher chance of actually surviving and getting back out.
And I think they also, I mean, they got the Force Staff and stuff a little bit earlier, too. So yeah, definitely potential to be able to save him. Headband for GH2, so positioning easier for him to cast these Lotus Orbs. Starting to feel comfortable to poke the tower a bit more here. Glyph will be forced. That is a high ground Glyph. Don't believe they can force anything with that, but we can keep tabs on that for the next 5 minutes in case something goes disastrously wrong.
I'd imagine, though, for Nigma Galaxy, they'll probably want to just wait for the next Roche before they go for any further pushes. They're playing it safe this game.
Yeah, they know they're in a pretty comfortable spot to be able to seal this one off if they don't make any super bad mistakes. Miracle. Does have to be a little bit careful down here. They have the ward, so they do see pretty much everyone on the side of Azure Ray. So they are starting to swing over.
Here's the smoke. Could catch Nigma Galaxy a little split up.
Did that ward catch it? I mean, they had vision in the triangle, so I may have seen them. New is revealed.
Yeah, Nigma Galaxy are prepared for this.
Yep. And Low also showed himself bottom, so they know that pretty much everyone should be down here. They are on the high ground. Counter smoke.
And Nigma's ready to fight.
This Luna's damage is going to be insane if she's not dealt with.
Gonna get the glimpse onto Noob. I have the roar as well. I mean, Noob a little far away from the rest of the team.
Hook shot off the mark.
Sumail tries to initiate, but it doesn't go as cleanly as they'd hoped for. Refresher is going to be popped by Low. Miracle also having that first BKB coming out as well. So that's the BKB gone for Miracle. See if Azure Ray find a way to get back in on this. But the buyback from Noob does mean that Nigma Galaxy still at that overall strength. They're in with the jump. Terrorize. Catching on to them. BKB, second one in from low. They're in onto Miracle indeed. Getting the static link off as well. We had a force to the side. Get away for now. See if they can chase on towards Azure Ray. Omar trying to sweep him from the side. The jump again for Sumail. He gets the catch on Planet. Planet's dead. They've got him in the cogs as well. Low to be caught by Omar. Low will fall. Nigma Galaxy take the fight.
Very nice play. Good decision to buy back there from Noob. I was a little hesitant on if it was actually going to end up being good, but they will be able to push forward and get these 2 kills, chase forward because of it. A little bit of an awkward start to the fight. Omar ended up whiffing the first hook shot there, so it looked a little bit strange for a second, but afterwards ends up being okay because they can just chase through. And Miracle's actually looking at maybe set up for top. That's a bit crazy, but...
No, we'll check the replay again, how it started.
Yeah, see the hook shot. It looked like it went like under Han because he was flame cloaked or something. It looked a little bit strange, but... Low can't stand toe-to-toe. The static link actually got reflected as well, too, so did have to just back up and reset, and they were able to get that good chase forward.
I know, so we see here, Azure Ray, they were still hovering around because Load used his refresher, so he had the BKB ready to go once more. They wanted to still see if they could try and make something happen here, and indeed, as you say, once again, in onto Miracle, but not enough damage at all to take him out.
And I think this overall, too, for GH, I want to see him using these eggs. I don't want to see him using eggs when he's jumping on top of them. I like these, I'm fine with the defensive egg just to use it for Sunray for these heals, because it did make a pretty big difference, too. Kind of just scared all of Azure Ray from walking into it.
Actually, a little bit of a helping hand there for Low. We'll get the free shard.
Yeah, I mean, that's always very nice. This shard is pretty wonderful.
Awesome.
Sumail's in.
He's ready to get the jump. No, he just got straight for Planet. Hook shot over, but isn't into the back of Miracle. Hand's going to go for the BKB TP out. He'll make it away. New. He will not, though. He's left behind. Quick jump from Nigma Galaxy. Gets 2 kills. See if that feels that's opened the map up enough for them to approach the high ground.
Very balanced amp damage with Conda 20 talent. And, of course, Nemesis Curse. Let's throw that one in as well. Planet almost got 1 shot from a beam.
Now the push coming in, it's going through backdoor protection. It will now come to an end as the creeps push forward.
1100, holy moly. He actually almost did get 1 shot. Now Tower's dead, Luna things come in, and that glyph that we were talking about from earlier that they used for tier 2 did end up biting them a bit because they don't have a glyph for the high ground push right there.
And now Nigma Galaxy, they can chill out, back off, go for the Roshan, get themselves another Aegis.
And for Azure, it might just be smoke and try to catch them when New responds, because if you just keep the game going as it is, it doesn't feel like you have a chance as it progresses. You have to start catching them in a position that they're not ready. Yeah, Aegis, I don't think they're going to be able to make it there in time, so Nigma, another big benefit for them. And the AC, pretty much done for Noob too. More and more damage. And Lincoln's for Miracle. So now defended versus the Link, the Roar, potential Laguna. Quite strong. Han will be able to bail himself out of here. The team going through the gate. Much more coordination this time from Nigma. Last game, they started splitting up and stuff a lot. Noob having a night and day difference from that last game. 9-2 and 9.
Man, this push could come in pretty hard here. They can take the tier 2 top, go for more. We'll see if Azure Ray want to try and find some action outside of the map. They do. They're going to try and
go for it.
Approach from behind here through the twin gate.
Risky play, but at this point, risk is probably something they have to take. And if they find the back line, it can be pretty big. Taking out either the Phoenix.
Yep. They've got the refresher back off cooldown for Low, so he's ready with the double BKBs.
See who they grab.
And if Nigma Galaxy expect this at all, I don't think they do. They've scanned inside the jungle of Azure Ray.
Oh, look at this courier. So they know they're over here.
Who are they going to find first? Smoke dispels. Omar's going to drop the cogs. Azure Ray, they're going to try and move on to Sumail, but Sumail turns the bow shot. They just destroy Low!
See ya, no BKB.
He's not able to get a BKB off. I mean, Han will be able to take down the Supernova. They're coming out with the buybacks, but there's no saving Han. Surrounded and stuck in the corner. And now, with the burst strike over towards New, they're going to try for more. See if they can turn with the buybacks. They're in with the Link. On towards Miracle, building up the damage. Light Strike Array as well. They'll get him the once. Can they get him a second time round?
They have to with these buybacks. Sumail's here, though.
And he's ready to jump back in once more. He's going to look over towards it, but Lowe's got the BKB, the stun connection on the Miracle. Miracle gets his BKB out. He's getting loads of stuff as well. He turns towards New, takes down one now. Look towards Lowe. New's out for a minute. Now Lowe's out for 100 seconds. No buybacks on either of them.
Miracle.
Limbs onto Miracle. He's low. Ooh,
double force
to the side. Gets away from the Light Striker Ray. Hand's got to be careful himself.
3 buybacks to try to get at least this Aegis kill. Miracle's still alive. They really want to try to get more at the glimpse.
I mean, can they find some sort of crazy vision here for a play?
Hans trying with Flame Cloak.
Now they'll get Omar. They'll get him dragged back into the combo. It's enough. They've burst one. Miracle's still pushing forward here with Noob and his familiars. Still pretty low. Curse Crown will connect. Planet gets away from Noob and familiars in time.
I think they've ran out of steam there, so they'll have to back up. They do at least get these couple extra kills, but at the same time, Nigma, a big fight win for them.
Absolutely.
3 buybacks.
Yeah.
And
very expensive fight for Azure Ray.
yeah. And over low, he doesn't get the initial BKB off. He got just stunned from Sumail, 1 beam, and it does like more than half his HP.
Are under attack.
I mean, Nigma Galaxy, once they're all back up, I can only imagine they'll go straight for that push once more, knowing that the state of the buybacks is pretty rough for Azure Ray.
A Miracle pretty much has a full Swift blink now on top of everything else. No Satanic, which is not usually the ordinary we do see, but instead of Satanic, he went for Lincolns this game. And yeah, that next fight could just be the last. It's Razor dead for so long, unable to get any farm and use the gold for the buyback, so bottom of those cores back again.
Nigma Galaxy, they have got all the components
Everything to
close this game up and push this series to the game 3.
And much more coordinated this game. It's a big thing. I mean, of course, they absolutely decimated the top lane, so we have to always go back to how this beginning of this game started. So
yeah, Azure Ray, for the majority of the mid-game, they held on pretty impressively.
yes, for having no Razor,
But considering
literally.
the start, they had no carry for like the first 25 minutes of this game. They did hold on.
Yep.
But yeah, Nigma Galaxy, they've played it careful. They've never let the sort of mistakes kind of compound this time round. It's been smooth. And now they're very much on the verge of closing this up.
Whoopsie.
With the hook shot. Static Storm does come out onto the move. BKB's out from Miracle. Is in with the Eclipse and immense amounts of damage.
Low.
To burst through New. Low will get saved. Oh, up to the high ground. Hands also got to be careful. That's the BKB here on the remainder of the retreat.
They're all so low. They might keep chasing. There's another hook.
They certainly will. Miracle, he's looking for a elusive beam target. Finds it onto Hand. Won't be enough to kill him.
Hook shot in 5.
New does have buyback available. I mean, well, Pichu's got to be careful. He just stepped up and died.
And that's a gem.
Oh, well, okay. Well, game 3 probably coming to your screens pretty soon. There's the buybacks. No. Refresher BKB trying to get a connection onto someone. Omar turns in with a hook shot to get the cocks down onto him as well. New throws the axe down. Jump forward for Sumail there with the supernova as well. The wombo combos there from Nigma Galaxy to close this one up and go forward to game 3 as Nigma Galaxy take game 2.
They destroyed top lane way too hard. I mean, that just can't really happen from Rich if you want to have a better time for low, and Razor gets defeated. There is a lot of ways to get to these back lines from the side of Azure Ray. So be looking how these lanes go down in particular, because they do have strong lanes on the side of Nigma that can allow them to make up for a little bit of that fault of front line. But let's see the first blood, and I'm curious really to see how Planet's going to play as the Surge Shaker, because I don't know if there's any new way of playing it in particular, but especially as this 4 position when he's playing with like a Timber. When you have a ranged offlaner, you can play to actually play in the lane a bit more, but curious to see what Planet does. Is it just going to be constant fissure blocks, pulling the wave? I think probably pulling the wave is likely. I think sniping couriers, pulling wave is something you want to do when you're playing Shaker if you go boots. So I would imagine, yeah, block waves and then start doing that stuff. But yeah, let's see.
And overall, how kind of positive do you feel the outlook is for the MOUZ to carry this game? You know, Lacoste talked about it on the panel. There is a huge amount of stuff to kill him, a killer through the Pierce the Veil. Now, see the first blood.
Planet.
Who they able to give it to?
Should be dead.
He should be. Is it? Oh no. Well, there we go.
There you go.
If he got away, that would have been a bit rough.
They might get another one,
they
too.
may indeed get another one. Here we go, Nigma Galaxy.
Another Bramble coming up, and yep, should be a secured kill if he does want to throw it out. Omar.
There we go. Give the double to Noob.
Sure, I mean, last game he owned when he got it, and there we go.
All right, double kill to start the game off here for the off-lane Sand King. Doesn't get better than that for Noob.
I mean, very nice. Pretty much the perfect kind of thing you can have happen. He's got what? He's gonna have like he's gonna have the same thing as last time, where he gets like an extra starting bracer and everything. And both games, the team that got the first blood has won. So yeah, all important. And yeah, we'll see mid lane how it ends up going for Han. Sumail, super experienced to play in this matchup, so should be able to put some bully on. But let's see how Han does.
Yeah, he should be good, right?
It is his master tier,
so he's probably got some crazy stats. I mean, I'm always interested to look, so I'm gonna see if I can find that.
Yep, and Planet is doing exactly what I was anticipated. It's just, yeah, Fissure block pull waves with boots because IO can't really contest pulls. So that'll be able to help New at least a bit inside of that lane top. But yeah, I'm curious to see, like, back to your question that you were saying about like the Muerta in particular. I'm a little worried, to be honest, because, you know, Luna, the matchup, yes, you do high damage versus her with Pierce the Veil and everything like that, and you're good versus Timber, and you're good versus Egg, but can definitely be some situations where you're fragile versus so much magic.
Oh, no, I don't want to jinx him and talk him up too much, but looking at his Ember Spirit stat,
what do we got?
This is his best hero.
Really?
This is his best hero. In pro games, he's done 31 matches, 61% win rate, highest win rate with any of the heroes that he's had that quantity of play with Han. And then in his pub games, 476 games and 57.7% win rate.
Okay.
So again, out of all his most played heroes, this is the highest of kind of the ones that he's had that many games on. So this, statistically, this is Han's best hero we're going to see today.
But he will be coming out of a rough lane. So, and we have seen a couple of times.
Hey, he's played 500 games. He's probably played 400 of those against a rough matchup. You know, and he still wins more often than not. So
yeah,
we should be able to expect big things from Han today on his Ember.
Especially because also it's like a Sanking and a Willow. That's kind of the catch to be able to go for him. So not the most amount of lockdown. Can definitely play around, but there's a lot of burst. So. And the Muerta, of course, if Miracle does get involved early, the silence can be very annoying, but I don't know how much we'll see Miracle get involved. Planet.
He's got the fish. I mean, if Miracle can hit the shot, not quite.
Am I blind? Where's his Ofrenda, by the way? I think I am blind. Or did he just not put it?
I guess he's just not put it down yet.
Yeah, I don't see it. Okay. Sorry about that, Observer. You chains forward.
I mean, if Miracle can hit the angle, I guess, yeah, not quite enough damage, so they won't try going for New as of yet.
Planet, yeah, he just continues to try to get these pulls. Does he snipe the courier? Decides not to. Might still give his life. GH.
And Planet goes down.
And GH gets a Lotus.
And he did. He was able to pick it up before New could grab it.
And he should be able to meet the waves. Yeah, so nice chase there for Miracle.
So good here for Nigma Galaxy in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, their lanes should be quite strong. Pretty much all three of them, to be honest with you. Especially because I would say the bottom one could have gone a bit more difficult, but because he got first blood, he was able to just get a free starting bracer and boots. So yeah, all three lanes definitely look solid for the side of Nigma.
Now, I think mid, though, I mean, Han obviously been helped out there by the bottle refill of Planet. Han's not too unhappy. You know, we've definitely seen Ember have worse times against Quops.
Sure, but definitely not the happiest.
Sure,
but Planet can definitely make it. Yeah. Planet can try to help him with moves of trying to either take away these the bottle refills of Sumail, which I think he should do. I think just play around the mid lane on the Surge Shaker, prevent the refill, and that'll set up Pawn potentially for success. As Sumail actually blinks, there might be
get the slight chains. It's not... Oh, with the blood grenade, it's got to be close.
He's got stick.
Indeed, it's not going to kill him. Sumail's fine.
He can't go for that top. So nice play from Planet. I like this. He can't really help too much top, so...
he's fine. He's got Fairy Fire. He's living on the edge, Sumail. He's going to have to take the walk back to the base now, though. So, yeah, indeed, that whole sort of play really cleaning things up for Han in this mid area.
Yeah, I love to see it. I mean, this is how you have to play Shaker. You know, it's not the strongest of 4 positions. That's why we don't really see it right now too much, but you just have to be Courier Sniper and just be very pesky between moving between your top and your mid lane, or your off lane and your mid lane in particular.
That's a good snipe as well, yeah, delaying the full treads from Miracle.
That's definitely it. It's definitely a big one, yeah. New has the wave pushing into him as well, so is going to get some of that XP. Does only have 12 CS, but has yet to die, so at least getting something up here.
Yeah, bottom lane, it's been pretty close as it can get so far, really, down there. Noob and Low getting the same amounts of farm from this matchup.
Level 3 is online now, so level 2 Lucent Beam, plus those level 2 Fire Spirits definitely start to add up onto Noob.
Yeah, and I guess it just goes to show how good of a safe lane duo they've got going here, Azure Ray, because this, was a lane that you were turning up to against a Sand King that started with the double kill.
I mean, most of these Luna lanes are just crazy, right?
Yeah.
She just has so much damage inside the laning phase, and she provides that little bit of extra to your ally. And it's also nighttime now, so she is giving damage to everybody across the map.
And the mid.
Mid.
Oh, that was very, very close. I mean, I tell you what, Pichu was able to hit the spirit there. He might have even had it. And GH is going to come in with a heal.
Dire's top tower is under
Han still wants to go for it. That level 3 slight is there. They really want to double secure the rune for him. This is a nice approach here from Azure to help out Han a lot.
Well, Samael's in.
in.
Oh, the Fisher trying to get the Sonic Wave off. He'll get it off. Samael able to get the kill. See if he can get away from these two.
He's got a blink in one. He's safe.
Indeed, GH coming in clutch. Samael, he was obviously seeing Han get a lot of help from Planet. He wanted a bit of assistance from his supports. It comes in, and it comes in clutch, enables him to get aggressive and get the kill.
It's an instant go-to. Literally hits 6 and blinks in right on top of him, so no hesitation coming out from Sumail, knowing that he's got the kill threat. 3 heroes versus 2, and they get the kill. Nigma continuing to have that bit of an advantage in the laning phase.
Of course, with these movements, has freed up the top lane a bit more for New to start catching back up in farm.
His levels are still good, too. That's the important, yeah. Very nice. Not getting killed up here. He's going to have that level 6, so can actually start to... Miracle can't be left too much alone up here once New does hit 6, as you can just start spamming these chakrams and getting Miracle low, so... See if they do bring a rotation up, because Miracle is going to start getting bullied a little bit. Yeah, they're bringing 3.
He's in a lot of trouble here. Caught out by the wraparound coming in from low and Pichu.
I'm surprised he actually stepped up versus New. Maybe he didn't see that he had just hit that 6 there, but good on New to be able to get that type of... 7 minutes and he hit 6 already. Very good stuff in this top lane for having a Earthshaker pause 4.
Now they've got to be careful who they send up now. Indeed, with the chakrams at the ready. And New's ready to dive in on some of these squishy heroes. Miracle comes back in over towards the Defender. It's got the ult popped here. Planet holds back the 3 of them with the Fisher, giving some space for New to back away from Miracle during the ult, but Miracle hits the angle with the shot, takes him out. Planet trying to get into position to allow them to continue to push forward. Dive forward in from Pichu, incredibly aggressive. He's not going to get away with it. Pichu goes down, and GH is able to keep Miracle alive.
Oh, Miracle pushing the limits there a little bit. Jumping in. No mana remaining on the Timbersaw was the important thing. If he actually had a little bit more, he could have maybe thrown a chakram and gotten that kill, but perfect timing for them to go aggressive there. 6-1, Sanking free farming Noob, having the best time out of everybody because of those 2 kills he got at the start.
A good beginning once again here for Nigma Galaxy in this game 3.
They set themselves up for success in the lanes, and so far, looking solid. Even though New did have a bit of that catch onto Miracle, things are still very good for them.
Noob, pretty deep now.
He's got the reload.
He does, he's got the backup. He's in with the Burrow Strike over towards low. Here's Miracle brought to the fight, takes a lot of damage on entrance to it. They do kill off low, but they've lost Noob in return. So Nigma Galaxy can back out of this safely, because Azure Ray's turning up, and they're looking to chase. And chain forward, and it's going to mean that Omar's left behind. Of course, GH and Miracle get back out off the back of the relocate.
5 heroes move to the bottom lane, though, pretty much so. Some early 6 on GH. Probably caught them off guard, even though they do end up losing 2 of their heroes. Luna is getting shut down a bit, and Miracle does have that advantage, and Miracle will always have that big boost, right? He's always going to have the amplify that comes from the IO. It's going to help a lot throughout majority of this game. Well, the Luna does not really have anything unless like a Phoenix goes for like the solar and stuff like that. Because Earthshaker has to build for himself, and speaking of Earthshaker, Noob's found him.
Yeah, seizes a chance there to get the solo kill. Doesn't hesitate with the epicenter and getting in on top of him.
Sumail's also looking to make the move down. He's got Sonic Wave. New.
He's definitely killable.
Could be
between the 2 of them here. Noob, he's got the opening. Sumail, he's got the burst.
Good glyph, making sure that they have that wave so they can keep the dive going. Noob. Crushing it this early game. These early kills, these like smoke first bloods and stuff like that really are having a big impact in these games in particular.
Sweeping over towards the mid. Han, Remnant at the ready. Will be able to secure the amplified damage rune. Could come in clutch for the next fight.
They have difficulty making moves, though. Since they have this under-level shaker, can only really provide a fissure in most situations. They don't have much to play around at the moment. While for Nigma, they always have these constant plays they can make. If the Sanking gets a stun, they have the relocate or they have the quap to follow. Just easier, much easier for Nigma to make plays until more items start coming out, in particular for the Ember or for the Surge Shaker whenever he gets the blink, but that's going to take a long, long time. And Han's going to go standard. It is going to be that Mage Slayer route, especially since he's playing versus pretty much all magic damage. So imagine New is just going to rush a pipe too. So timings are going to be there at some point for Azure Ray where they will be very, very tanky with Mage Slayer pipe. But Nigma can definitely take advantage of that early on with this lead. And holy moly, those are some nice stacks.
Dire's top tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I'm not too afraid to fight now that they've got the Supernova online here, Pichu. They can get involved with the core.
This is a very hard game to get Supernova off, though.
I guess, yeah, that's true.
They do have the
they
stun
got four
at least,
ranged
but
heroes.
4 range with a Muerta, right? And the overcharge, so.
You just got to hope that your Shaker gets some sort of 5-man AoE stun on the entirety of the team.
Gonna back up and look for a smoke play.
They want to do it, yeah. They want to make a move with the Supernova.
They have to bring numbers because you always have to remember the relocate can come in, so you have to bring usually more than just the 2 heroes together because you can't quickly get outnumbered unless you just burst the hero instantly. They're looking to play around the Luna.
Radiant are scanning.
12-minute power rune. And it's going to go into the hands of Samael. Not a bad one here, the shield rune.
Unlikely that he dies when he has this available. He can play very aggressive. Earthshaker has hit the 6, so Echo Slam is at the least online. They've cleared the stacks.
Put their eyes on the mid. And Han, he's dancing around with him. Wonder if he can look to find the chance to fight back. He can. Another slider fist in onto Omar. Gets the kill and gets out. A lot of focus from both sides here around the mid very early on.
Probably how Planet has to play. He's actually, okay, I actually don't mind if he does do this. Just goes for the shard this game. Just to be able to play from that distance and have this this chain stun that you can follow up for the Ember to dish out the damage.
Yeah, and just to give the Phoenix a chance to get the Supernova off. I like it. You know, having that long distance persisted stun.
If he has a fight, like if he has a fight where he obviously gets like a big Echo Slam or something, he has the gold for Blink, he can just buy it. But if it's a slow kind of build up, he can just go for this shard at 15. Nigma trying to take advantage here. They have everything up and ready. They saw the Luna. Pichu in position to stop their aggression, and they have that ward. They're getting their farm on Azure. Those stacks definitely benefiting a lot there for New. His pipe is soon on the horizon. It's only about 500 away, and it's going to block a lot of that damage from Nigma. Bloodstone, though, finished up for Noob, so he is still gigantic. So besides just that big damage he's going to be able to do, the survivability is absurd right now for this Sanking. And no Vessel will be built this game. Yes, they'll have Mage Slayer pipe, but nothing to reduce that healing until way later on of a Shiva's.
Radiant are scanning. Dire's middle tower.
14 minutes. It'll be bottom. Omar is here and ready.
Hey, he's got the lockdown here between the
play.
Terrorizing the Brambles and Miracle getting brought over as well. That's hand dead.
Omar was insane last game on clock. That was really nice. He had the Bramble perfectly set up to catch the Remnant and then the Fear to push him into the next one. Beautifully done.
Keeping that edge very nicely here, Nigma Galaxy. I mean, of course, Azure Ray not far behind, and Pipe's now online. So next time they're able to turn up to the fight here, New, that could have this to sustain and allow them to turn things, survive through some of the immense magical damage output that Nigma Galaxy have early on.
Miracle's farming up a storm. He's really just getting quite a bit ahead, and he's always able The one thing I don't like about Muerta in a lot of situations is being able to join fights can sometimes be difficult, but that's what the IO just makes it so much better to be able to do so. Is they will find Omar, bit out of position here. But yeah, GH can always just bring Miracle while he's always keeping ahead and keeping that farm consistent ahead of the Luna.
These team fights, they should be pretty strong. You know, between the Mage Slayer of Han and the Pipe of New, it won't be as easy for Nigma Galaxy to get the quick kills when it's in a full 5v5 situation, even if they do bring Miracle in.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. It's just if those 5v5s do happen, right? It's the way the Nigma's going to kind of play around these is probably just take little skirmishes and stuff like that with the reloads. Planet, Shard is purchased, so looking to play around mid, looking to play around Han with his Mage Slayer timing. And here's that Pipe. So grouping up, trying to force a fight.
That's going to be the mid tower gone. Nigma Galaxy not putting any effort into trying to show up, just focusing on getting that next round of items complete.
Content with farming, but the farm has kind of become pretty even here across the board. So I don't think Azure Ray is too fussed with the way that the game state has kind of started to develop, with Luna being able to just sit back, get the farm with the Mask of Madness, not getting that pressure. So when you do have, so I was mentioning about the Muerta IO thing, the good thing is you're able to move around the map and take fights. The one negative thing is you're sapping experience constantly from the Muerta. So keeping tabs on levels, Low has now actually pulled ahead, level 12 over that level 11 of the Muerta. Small little things to point out. Omar?
Echo?
Yeah, let's drop it.
Yeah, why not?
At this pace, why not?
Gets them the kill. They wouldn't have it without it. And yeah, absolutely. 16 minutes in, 6 to 10. Kills aren't speeding up too much.
Yep, and let's see if Nigma does look to fight, because there is no Echo. I see Noob. He's trying to finish up this Pipe. He's stepping up a bit forward here. They have vision of him.
I mean, he feels strong between the Cloak and the Bloodstone.
He's tanky. There's good pure damage, though.
Let's see. It's going to put the Bloodstone. Getting a decent amount of heal. And it's enough to walk it off. They're bringing in the relocate. They might try and fight back in Nigma Galaxy. They're looking to go on to New. He's able to get away from Noob with the Timber Chain.
Ooh, a little off the mark there, Miracle. Couldn't get the calling on top of him pre-chain, and now
Noob's back in. He's looking towards Noob. Noob's able to break away with the Burrow Strike, but obviously with the relocate coming to an end, GH, he's taken Miracle back out of there, so Noob's left on his own. He's gone.
Big kill. Sumail does not want to jump into that either. These two heroes are tanking up a lot. Mage Slayer Pipe, when they're grouped, definitely seeing the power of it. And Low is now turned up. He's getting the push going. Level 13. Manta is done.
Good responses here from Azure Ray. Miracle and GH, they're trying to get back on with the split push down bottom, but yeah, Low TP's over. He's ready to deal with that pressure.
Planet's going to have soon.
Omar did it before. Can he do it again? He's got the Brambles in the Terrorize into another set of Brambles. The Sonic Wave, he certainly can. Omar with the catch.
Sonic Waves, and it pushes him into the Bramble too. That's nice. Well executed. They'll find Han again, getting themselves some kill across the map. But yeah, Azure's getting a lot. They're getting quite a bit here as well. Low's level 14. Seeing them get this farm on Planet, he pretty much has the Blink Dagger, so he's going to have this nice initiation tool, which Nigma does lack. They have the Sanking that can kind of stun in just with Burrow Strike, but there's no Blink Daggers.
No, absolutely. Yeah, this Shaker Blink's going to be incredibly disruptive for Nigma Galaxy.
Yeah, especially versus like if he catches GH in the back. So other thing to point out too is GH has been on a Lotus gathering expedition. He does have a greater healing Lotus, something I do always like to point out with these IOs, because it's crazy how much you can heal in a fight. Literally can just full heal this Muerta. So we'll try to keep tabs of that one.
Now, just if Planet's able to play the fight in a way where he gets his stuns on top of Miracle, it's going to disrupt massively the amount of damage that Miracle's going to try and get out during his ultimate.
They're TPing in for this fight.
Relocate is available. I mean, Miracle's just going to sneak away in the trees and TP out. GH would just be left to die. Miracle does get out safely.
Heads up TP. It was nice. Worried for that straight 5 fight. Sure is getting a lot. Just watching this Luna grow. Their timings are getting hit pretty nicely. The BKB, the ideal one, of course, versus this full magic damage lineup that she's playing against. And there's that blink. Massive amount of team fight.
Yeah, they can do big stuff now. They really can. The smoke's up as well for Nigma Galaxy, and
they've got the pipe.
Indeed. Noob's got it complete.
And he got Vampire Fangs, so Bloodstone, Vampire Fangs might be too tanky to deal with in this next upcoming fight. See how Azure Ray looks to approach it. As we said, there's not going to be a Spirit Vessel. There's going to have to be a Shiva's eventually later on to deal with some of this healing from the IO and SK, but yeah, ways away. Sumail?
He's heading in and trying to get information to start off some sort of action. But this is sort of the way that they have to start fights, right, as you're saying, what with Nigma Galaxy. They just have to kind of walk up and hope they get a chance to just walk up and burrow strike, really.
Pretty much. Look at New. This is how much magic damage there is in this game. You don't see this often.
You never see
There's a pipe and an Eternal Shroud.
I mean, that's pretty wild. You never see this. When was the last time you saw this?
But the nice thing is, though, when you're Timber and you have this pipe, you're lacking mana. So on top of it giving you magic resist, it's giving you all this mana that you're getting from this crazy spell damage as, of course, support goes down.
Yeah, GH itself's also got to be careful. They'll stay outside of range. Oh,
they're coming over.
Oh my goodness, Planet! He just says, screw you, GH. Jumps in, slams the IO. Miracle, he's dead as well.
Oh boy.
Azure Ray making these quick moves. I think things are slowing down a little bit for Nigma Galaxy. They're just not. They're not able to make any sort of play. And I think we saw that off the back of that move where they just made previously trying to get across the river. They don't really have anyone to start off the action, Fogged.
They can't get these catches. Planet, he can just, I mean, it's not the best echo ever, but it ends up catching enough to be able to see Miracle too.
Yeah, we'll check it out here again. And obviously it didn't start in a great position. I mean, of course, this whole play...
Noob's epping.
Planet's getting pretty low. It's a good fear to follow up as well. All right, there we go. Back in action. Under the tier 2. New, is he able to get out? He is. But, you know, this is the sort of fights that Nigma Galaxy, they love to take. If you're going to walk up and stick under their tower, who cares about the initiation?
If you don't need a blink
they're starting the fight on top of you.
Yeah, they did not respect that Noob was still going to be trying to go for the fight. I don't think they expected him to go for this fight at all. They were completely clumped.
And there we go.
Blink, so
there we go.
Now they can force fights a lot easier.
Yeah, basically that one thing that Nigma Galaxy was lacking, it's been solved.
Now they've got it. Yep. Took a bit of a slip up there, of course, dying to Tormentor and whatnot, but yeah, Noob.
By Roche, can they do this?
Dies pretty fast.
Yeah.
Echo is on cooldown 40.
I mean, they have Supernova.
They should have this.
Do the two of them want to try and disrupt this, Pichu and you?
TP for the fight.
I mean, there's the temptation to mess with this. Yeah, Nigma Galaxy might not be able to get this as cleanly as they hoped for. And Miracle sticking in the pit, but backup's on the way for Azure Ray. They got the Fire Spirits as well. Mess with the Noob's going to make the jump in over to the side. They've got the chain locked down on towards Pichu. It's not enough. He's still able to get the Supernova off. Nigma Galaxy, they'll have to kite out the egg for now. They got what they came for. Roshan's taken. Aegis picked up by Miracle. Chase to continue here from Azure Ray. One Noob in the trees. Can Azure Ray still take this fight into the Aegis on Miracle? It's a good setup with a Fisher. Noob with a follow-up burst damage. The Sunray just burning through the two of them. They've killed off Noob and they're taking the Aegis out of the hands of Miracle.
And Omar
caught by the Lucid Beam. He's gone as well. Miracle's just got to try and run. Use the Hurricane Pike. He's able to push back Noob, but the Fisher catches him. The relocates there from GH.
Split second. That almost caught him with the Echo. That was super close.
And GH, he's unlikely to be able to walk out of this one alive. Could drive back in by the relocate. So all in all, they got the Roche, they got the Aegis, but they did lose the team fight pretty painfully there.
Yeah, and they had to. I think they used all their greater healing lotuses and stuff to try to save that Sand King. They just pushed forward there. The damage is too high from the Luna, and honestly, New is too tanky. New is immortal. He just literally runs at them, and he's invulnerable because of this insane amount of magic resist he has versus a full magic damage lineup. And the initial jump, I mean, they tried to burst the Phoenix, but just wasn't enough damage. Bit of a mistake there. Looked like maybe an initially good stun, but they didn't have the follow-up to stop that Agate. Sumail!
Oh!
He's got a regen now. Sumail.
He did just pick up the BKB.
But he's low mana.
He is. He needs a little bit more mana for the blink. Just enough there. Able to jump out to the side, get underneath the tier 2 tower. I think we're now under the tier 2. He should be safe enough.
I mean, New is legitimately invulnerable.
I mean, they could dive in for GH. They've got him with the chains. GH is trying to heal up, but he's dead. Sumail gets out, but GH falls for it.
How do you deal with this Timber just running at you? He literally has no answer.
Well, they got quite the push, of course, with low on his Luna. This tier 2 gone.
Loving this itemization, really. I mean, even this Glimmer that we've got picked up from the Phoenix way earlier on, they just are really understanding the fact that it's a 100% magic damage lineup. And just playing it through it beautifully. And the Shivas is going to be coming quite a bit faster than expected because New is now able to go for it instead of the Phoenix. They're really ramping up the pressure.
Yeah, very much getting sort of a sense of what we saw from the speed of Azure Ray earlier in this series.
And ILO is getting that farm online, top of net worth. 20 talents soon going to be coming. Conda on the horizon as well. That's when that big pain is always going to happen, even versus something like a Muerta.
Yep.
He's just running at them. He has no fear. Maybe he wants to soak some damage now, too, because he wants some mana. We're low on it. Echo Slam at the ready again. Believe an Aether Lens also for the Shaker, so the distance that he can throw these spells, it's very high. He also took Whispers of the Dread, so the damage is, it's very significant that they've got coming out from even him.
I'm going to go back for the Greaves next on the Shaker, so just continue to add to the survivability as a team.
Oh, cool. That doesn't seem like a planned item to me. I thought he was going to go like a refresher or something.
He's already got the fun stuff. He's like, I've got my Blink, I've got my lens, I got my shard.
He's one of the greedier
I can buy something
players,
for the team now.
I know this. I know. I love playing it because of it. He's a very greedy guy, and it's paying off this game. So.
Well, if he gets like a good Echo Slam and gets a burst of money, that's probably when the item queued up changes.
But maybe he doesn't. Maybe they're just feeling like they do have they've gotten complete control of this game now, so the aura is going to help just more than having that extra bit. They have the damage that's going to come from Luna anyway. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what he does end up going for.
A Miracle.
5k lead.
Nearly got the BKB on Miracle. Then I'll stand more of a chance of sitting in the middle of the fight, getting the damage out without interruption. Just
will he be... The question is now coming to me is, will they be able to actually do damage?
True. Is it just going to feel like his ult is tickling them?
It just might. Because he's going to be getting Mage Slayer, there'll be Pipe, there's going to be a Timber constantly running at them, so...
And of course, yeah, the two of them, Low and Hand, both having their BKBs at the ready in these fights. So finding the opportunity to get the damage done as this carry Muerta is going to be very difficult.
Whoa, they got the scan. They know they're up here. They'll find GH.
Yeah, they will. At least for Nigma Galaxy gives them, again, the time to get Miracle out away from the movement.
Nice scan. Good heads-up play there. They knew they were up there. Momentum continues to go in the way of Azure Ray. They can probably start poking high ground.
I think you push high ground and sort of say, what are you going to do about it?
At least force a bit of a response. Try to scout where the Sand King is. So he's actually smoked. This is cool from Noob. He's going for the jump, it looks like.
I mean, they're going to drop to Fisher in onto the side. Miracle's already down to half HP. New, he's going to get caught in the full combo. They get the pipe off. He Timber Chains out to the side. Jump forward for Samel to finish off the job. They kill New off. This is as good as it gets for Nigma Galaxy in a way to start the fight. They've got to try and see if they can get more, but Azure Ray already able to run away, so no further catch or chase provided by Nigma Galaxy. They'll have to just settle for the one kill. Still a big kill, and one that does stop the push for now.
They proved that he's not invulnerable. He almost gets away there for a second.
It was close.
And I like the way that Noob did it. This was a smoke that they did, so when he TP'd in, even though they saw the TP coming in, they didn't actually see him afterwards revving because he was in the backlines with it.
Oh, there's your favorite as well. Low gets the Nemesis Curse.
Of course he does as the Luna. Nemesis Curse, level 20 Conda. It's coming. Not just yet, though. It's 19.
It's very close, though. Wisdom Rune for him. He's going to pretty much have it. The burst from this Lucent Beam.
Ay.
It's going to get crazy again.
Trying to find a secondary kill, a secondary something with this Smoke Nigma, but won't be able to get it.
Holding on to their mid tower, though, Azure Ray. Nigma Galaxy just not able to find much more. Just a bit of a slowdown in the proceeds, really, for Azure Ray off the back of that loss of New top.
But there's that 20 talent. They buy a gem as well on the Phoenix. So wanting to control the map probably for that next Roshan. Looking to take out wards, get some vision down soon for that. It's about 90 seconds until we'll find out for it. I think on double Shivas. Or did they actually switch it up?
Or on New and Han?
Yeah, I think New switched it, right? Yeah, okay. So he went Veil, and then he just decided, you know what? I want to have a Kain Sanj, so sure.
And then going for the BKB next. And then at that point,
he's invulnerable.
he is basically magic damage is what to him. It doesn't even consider. It doesn't exist. It's going to be very, very hard to kill unless. I mean, at that point, I failed to see how New dies unless he gets caught 1 versus 5.
Until Muerta starts getting farmed. Once Miracle gets, the crit, Daedalus, then he can start absolutely piercing through Nouns.
Okay.
This damage resistance that he's got. And he is getting there. The small crit's there. He found a quiver as well. So there is damage. There is some. Smoke's coming out. They want this fight. Han with the shield rune.
I'm up on the front. He's going to head into the Shadow Realm. They've got a lot of damage to go through it.
Deleted. He'll tank the gank.
Miracle and GH still heading out into their triangle area.
Shiva's is very close for this Ember. It's a big pickup versus the IO and the Sanking.
I mean, they want to fight this Nigma Galaxy.
Yeah, Nigma is sticking around
it's
this
4
board.
versus 5. Noob, he's in with the 2-man Burrow Strike. He's able to put the BKB, get the epicenter off. Fisher's going to hold back Miracle for now. Now a force forward. Try and get in on top of New. See if they can bring down this Timber Sword. They can. They take down New. They'll turn over towards the egg. Can they get enough hits in time? They cannot. The egg. It's successful as Planet holds Miracle in position and allows for the turnaround. They've taken Miracle down. Dive forward here from Pichu. Over towards Noob. Noob gets down to the low ground with the Burrow Strike. They got a way to chase on forward for this one. They have not. Noob is going to blink TP. They try and TP over in time to put a stop to it, but Noob will get out of there. So a fight where pretty much everything is thrown down. Only ends up a 1-for-1.
They have to use so much to kill the Timber. They literally have to blow everything in Planet. He delayed it. This little fissure that he did at the start to prevent the first initial blow up of the Timber allowed them to kind of distance themselves, and then he gets the follow-up Echo Slam to stop the finish off of the egg to allow Low to come in and clean up. I mean, Planet. Maybe we're going to get to see more Force Shaker. I love it. I don't think it's the best ever in the position of these type of games right now, but love to see this hero.
Yeah. I mean, for this game, it's certainly just a really good one for the Shaker to be so impactful. We see, did you say, the Fisher at the start causing some issues for Miracle being allowed to get up close and quickly take down New. They do get him, but it takes a lot. And then this is the second jump as well. If Planet wasn't able to make this play over towards Miracle, highly likely those last couple of hits would have definitely come through. The egg would have been dead, and maybe Nigma Galaxy could have got more from the fight, but Planet throws a spanner in the works and makes sure that they get a 1-for-1 trade.
And perhaps it was like a slight misclick there from Miracle, I think, right? Because he stepped up a little bit instead of just getting that first hit, or maybe it was the quiver. I don't know. I didn't see, but it looked like he stepped up a little, and maybe that extra 1 or 2 hits could have made the difference. At least it
I think they only needed 2 more. Yeah.
Probably Low was going to clean up anyway because BKB was ending onto Miracle, but yeah, small things.
They're going to go straight for the Roshan here, Nigma Galaxy.
Azure Ray is here at the ready. Eclipse is up in 10 seconds.
Yeah, the ultimate situation is overall just a little bit better for Nigma Galaxy because Slam is actually back
Only
up in 15 and 10. Actually, it's soon.
It's all coming back
They're going to have everything as well, Azure Ray.
And they've got a fresh shard also on the Phoenix, so...
I mean, this is... You can't start the Roche. They're going to try and start the Roche. Every ultimate's available from Azure Ray. This is risky.
Especially when he yells. That roar of retribution, they know.
I mean, they're poking that up. That's the plan. They just want to try and force a reaction first. Noob is coming in with the Burrow Strike cap. He's going to make the jump over towards Ham, but there's no follow-up as now they're ready to turn. The burst comes in onto you. He's going to get away from them for now. Noob's trying to chase him down. Supernova's there. They'll turn towards the egg. This time they'll take it out, no problem. The Supernova's gone. It's a medium fight. BG Planet's back in. He gets the 2-man Echo Slam onto the both of them. Omar's gone. Miracle dies in the pit. It's going to be a clean-up by the looks of it here for Azure Ray. Noob's caught out of the side. New cuts him down. The fight, it's Azure Rays, and they may even just get GH as well. Trying to hide in the trees. The Eclipse comes out from low. No holding back there as they take out the 4 of them, move into the pit. It was a risky spot for Nigma Galaxy to try and fight in. Noob sees an opportunity to get in with that jump, but it was always going to be so hard to take a team fight like that, Fogged.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's you maybe got baited to kill the egg, right? You're like, oh, we have to kill this egg, we have to kill this egg. Uh-oh, Low just came in and wiped the floor with us with the damage he was able to provide as this Luna. And he actually didn't even use Eclipse at the start of the fight. That was the guy.
Yeah, he saved it at the end. He saved it at the end to kill off GH. Yeah, we see here at the beginning, making that jump, but not quite able to do too much damage indeed. And as you say, sure, they take Pichu out, but he was so ready with the buyback.
Yeah.
He knew this was going to happen. It was all part of the plan. And yeah, Low stepping forward, Planet having the lockdown, and at this point you're trying to run from the Luna. You cannot.
And Roche even helping out a little bit, getting the glaive bounces between the IO and that Muerta back and forth. There's just not enough damage, and yeah, Neo's just too tanky. He literally is tanking absolutely every single spell, and this time he ends up surviving because of that positioning.
And here comes the push, straight up to the base to take out the tier 3 onto the barracks. Nigma Galaxy will have the full lineup back up.
The racks are dying too fast.
Oh, the chains, look at this damage. What the Fisher follow up. Mertz, the Glaives, they're bouncing over. He has to press all the buttons. BKB pierce the veil, run back to the fountain. Panic sets in for Miracle. The smoke comes out. I mean, now if they want to try and defend, they don't have the BKB or the pierce the veil here for Miracle to play with.
And Miracle's going to take like 1,000-something damage from each of these beams. Let's see if they can get a
They've got
crazy
Epicenter.
fight.
See if Noob can set something big up here on the defense. Epicenter's ready, but the Fisher, it comes out. It's going to stop it from it being able to get the blink initiation. Planet once again making these fights so difficult for Nigma Galaxy to set up in the way they want to.
What an absolute beast.
Look at the Burrow Strike onto hand. And it's very tanky, especially with the shield rune and with the BKB ready to press. The mid-racks, they're gone. Azure Ray sticking around here, doing the damage to the base of Nigma Galaxy, up to the top lane. Nice push.
They have to fight. It's the last racks.
Curse Crown onto Noob. Noob's trying to step up and taking so much damage here from the Glaives. Had to put the BKB, the Bloodstone heal as well. Samael's in from the side. The BKB popped by low. Stands his ground, finishes off the barracks. The Mega Creeps are out. Miracle. He's got Noob leading in with the Burrow Strike onto the two of them. Still, of course, waiting for his cooldowns to become available. Noob forced back to safety. Samael also having a blink back. Han stepping up. There's a lot of damage coming out from Miracle, so Han's got to be a little careful. Miracle taking a huge hit from the Lucent Beam. 15 seconds until the BKB is back up. He does now have Pierce the Veil ready to rely on him. Samael, he's jumping outside the base, chasing them away. So they'll force back Azure Ray, maybe just temporarily though. Still 2.5 minutes left on the Aegis for low.
And they got what they came for. The Raxes are gone. All the buildings, all the objectives. BKB on cooldown for the Queen of Pain. They'll back up, they'll reset. Wait for maybe these cooldowns just come back up, and then yeah, they can look to close this out. These fights, I mean, Planet, he just continues to come in super clutch, even small fissures. Don't know if the Epi's either way gonna win the fight or anything, right? But the fact that he's just omnipresent enough to be able to get that fissure is phenomenal.
Now, any sort of chance that Nigma might have in these team fights to get a turnaround, yeah, he's on top of it, Planet.
Yep. Big fan of his build too. Yeah, I like that he went more greedy himself. He went for 4 staff. And
absolutely. I mean, moments like that as well. The Ether Lens, without it, that fish is not catching Noob.
And he took the talent as well too. So the fissure range is actually absolutely insane. So
yeah, all adds up. Hovering outside the base, Azure Ray. They're ready to go for the killing blow. Nigma Galaxy, they'll have one more chance here. How's the buyback status looking for Nigma Galaxy? It's not looking great. And there's the jump in. Miracle getting fully focused, using as well. Put the BKB ton. It's a lot of damage coming out over towards low. They're taking him out the once.
He's got BKB when he's up.
See if they can deal with him a second time. Somehow trying to force back the back lines of Azure Ray. Oh, he's in! Planet jumps straight in as soon as Miracle presents himself. Gets the catch onto him, and that's Miracle out for good. Dead for 60 seconds. This should be what it takes here for Azure Ray to be able to close up the game in the series. Nigma Galaxy, they're going to try and hold on with the 3 of them. Buyback will come out from Noob. Samael drops the Sonic Wave over towards Planet. It's still not enough to kill Planet. Planet survives. Fisher comes out. Noob's in with the Burrow Epicenter, bringing low, pretty low on the HP. The damage with the Sandstorms, they're all incredibly low. Noob, can he hold? He's stepping up. He's looking over towards Pichu. Pichu glimmers and backs off. They get the Burrow Strike over towards him. Han, he'll TP away. All right, Noob, keeping the game alive here for Nigma Galaxy. As they'll get to have one more chance, one more shot at holding on here. Comes in with the buyback, able to hold.
That Epi started hitting everybody.
They got very, very low there. It's as a little bit of a glimpse of a hope here for Nigma Galaxy. They hold on.
Where's my fight recap? Okay, there we go. I was like, I'm trying to click it, it's not coming up. Yeah, he got a big connection, so beautiful play there. Catches on to almost everybody. They get to hang on, but there's no glyph on the respawns. And they're just going to wait it out 50 seconds. Miracle just has, it's too much difficulty in these fights. He has to like BKB run in, but he can't kill the targets in the 5 seconds or 6 seconds.
And he's just always
he gets controlled by Echo or Fissure or something along
Planet's just always getting the jump on him, and now Planet's got the Dream Item. He's got the Timeless Relic.
Ooh, baby.
So next time round, he makes that jump. There's just going to be no chance of breaking away from the combo that Planet lays down upon you.
No. You know something crazy to point out, just to point a little bit of a stat line, is Sumail has yet to die this game. So a game where it's, you know, it's a Queen of Pain who has yet to die, it still isn't really mattering in the full grand state of the game. How much that Azure Ray is been able to kind of play around him and put the emphasis on the actual carry, right? Make sure that the Muerta's not actually getting too much done.
Let's have a look. Let's see if Nigma Galaxy can pull out some sort of crazy comeback against the Mega Creeps. They're down one tier 4 tower. They've only got that one left standing. Defending the Ancient. Full Daedalus done on Miracle. We are seeing glimpses of how much damage he can do when the situation is correct in the team fight.
As long as he can actually stand and attack, right? That's just what it has to be. If you can get them when their BKBs aren't active, in particular. Looking at low, he's just going to go for double BKB. Going to go for that refresher.
Timeless Relic in return for Noob as well.
Amp damage. This will probably be that fight that they're going to look to force.
This is going to have to be even more of a defense than we've seen so far from Nigma Galaxy. You've got to amplify damage Luna, preparing to approach your base. Or you just have a tier 4 protecting that Ancient.
And a fresh Aghanims on that Ember to be able to commit in backlines, cause maybe potential like early BKBs to get popped. So Miracle has to be pretty much perfect in his BKB usage for them to have any chance in this upcoming fight.
What are they waiting for? He's waiting for the bottle to be passed over.
Yeah, bottle and yeah, he's got it on him, so he's just waiting. No, I can just pick it up.
Okay. Just take it and run down mid. Yep. Here we go.
It's got the ninja gear too, so
let's see what Nigma Galaxy can do against this. Good luck to them. They're gonna need it. It's quite the push here coming from Azure Ray. They get the opening Fissure. Follow-up's done as well. Miracle get forced to the side.
My goodness!
Or the chains are in. He's got to press his ult.
He has to hold the BKB though. You can see he literally has to be as patient as possible with it. Yeah. They're trying to poke and force it, but
the ult cooldown you might be able to play around, right? It's like 35 seconds until it's back up. It's not the end of the world.
No.
Noob, he's in. He's going to make the jump straight away in with the BKB. He tries to get the jump on a Pichu, but Pichu's able to put the Supernova. Noob will get the epicenter going at the side. They'll kite out the Supernova for now. Noob is still caught off to the edge of the fight and cannot get away. Dead for 2 minutes. That's Azure Ray. They can look towards this tier 4 now. Miracle has to put the BKB this time round. Turns over towards Planet. Samel jumps forward. Miracle trying to head forward. The BKB comes to an end. Jump forward here from the Ember Hand, looking to get the grab on towards Miracle. He's going to get relocated back towards the fountain, but the tier 4s are gone. Samel continue to do what he can and try and hold them back. The Ancient's exposed. Low stepping up. The buyback comes out from Omar. They are getting a little bit low here to the spammer Samel.
Samel, big ult.
Han.
Not enough.
Will be able to survive. Omar's dying for the Mega Creeps. And the Miracle as well. Chakram comes in, the ult is back up, the Fissure will catch him, GH gets blown up by the Elusive Beam, triple kill for Low. It's just Miracle and Samel left against the full 5 of Azure Ray. Azure Ray, Samel tries his best to hold, but he will fall. Ultra kill for Low. It's game over as Azure Ray take this game 3, and with that, the series.